So I'm doing a trade-focused game, and I picked Holland for this because it has some pretty good stuff. Specifically in Age 3, we get access to plus 33% trade range, which will help us out quite a lot. And we also have some trade efficiency bonuses, but those are in Age 5, which is quite a bit later. And of course, Holland historically became a pretty successful trading empire. One of the main goals of this run is going to be to become a republic, so that we can become a merchant republic. Merchant Republic is absolutely insane, giving plus 25% trade income and plus 50% trade capacity. But plus 25% trade income doesn't actually mean your trades are going to be 25% more profitable. What it really means is your trades are going to be from like double as profitable to like 50% more profitable depending on how much crown power you have. Because base trade income is 0, and you get 1% trade income for every crown power you have. And generally your crown power will be like below 50, at least until the age of absolutism. And unlike increasing trade volume, this will not increase the amount of economic base you get from the trades by increasing your trade income. So that is very nice. But it's going to take a long time to get there. So for now, I'm just going to pick up agricultural cultivation as a government reform. Let's do our budget. I did do cost of core already for the previous visualization thing. But yeah, increase minting till we're just making around 0. We could do more, but it's not like that important. If you're running pause minting for like the cabinet or for the parliament or whatever, it's not a huge deal. Pick up whatever here. Doesn't really matter for these starting texts. Yeah, this seems good enough. Then, of course, we want to start building up some stuff. Also, I should put trade on automation. Because, yeah, the trade automation is pretty good. At least until we get a lot of trade volume. Maybe once we get a lot, we can start doing a bit of manual. But at this point, there's not a whole lot we could do with our trade volume. I guess I will set Brabant as a starting rival. Because we do want to invade them. Now, can we ally anyone? We are very small, so getting an alliance would be super nice if we could ally someone who's big like England. Looks like we can't really ally anyone too big right now. Like the biggest person we could ally is Luxembourg. I think I actually will take an alliance with Luxembourg for now. That'll help keep us a little bit safer and maybe help us out in our war against Brabant when we try to declare that. For now, I'm just going to do a little bit of economic building up whatever is the most profitable building. Don't want to do that in our subject though, because it's going to probably be a while till we can annex them, and obviously the land will be less valuable after we annex them, so we should do it ourselves. We're over the fort limit at the start of the game. I will remove the fort in Den Haag, because it's defended by 2 other forts, so it's useless. And I will put fort maintenance down to minimum at start. Also remove diplomatic spending, because that's kind of a waste of money. And I will put stability spending on max, because I want to try to revoke all the privileges that give plus progress towards aristocracy, because aristocracy is the opposite of plutocracy, so we obviously want to get rid of them, because getting 95 plutocracy is going to be pretty tough. Since our country starts out pretty small, I think I will use increased province control at the start of the game to help me out with a little bit of control. You know, we can get a lot out of a single cabinet action there. And then what should I use my second cabinet action on? Cost of core is so cheap, it's probably not worth using it on that. I guess I'll just take some development in South Holland. Doesn't really matter too much. And I guess I can maybe start building up some RGOs. No, we need a little bit more money. So I will just unpause. Should probably go to like speed 4. And yeah, we gotta start removing these privileges, but we need a little bit more stability before I'm comfortable doing that, because these cost so much stability to remove, at least for now, while they have enough power. Slowly their power is going to go down as we revoke the privileges, of course. I'm going to give the burghers Commercial Advisory Council as well. That'll give us some trade capacity, and then I can pick up building rights, which will give me some minus buildings cost and progress towards plutocracy. There's some other good privileges here usually, but I don't know how good they're going to be for this more trade-focused game, because like minus monthly inflation, that's not that useful, because minting won't really give us that much money if we're not going to have a huge tax base, and say we're going to be focusing on trade income. And of course, minus tax on the burghers will be not great, because I assume the burghers will be making by far the most money out of all of our estates. I'm going to start trying to improve relations with France and with England, because I don't want to get invaded by them. I just realized we have this pop-up, child could have better education. I can't actually afford to give it expensive education, so I'll put it on administrative education, because admin is the most important stat, because it gives minus proximity cost. Oh, my ruler died and I got a new one. But apparently that gives me plus 15 legitimacy. That's rare. Maybe that's an event that's specific to Holland, because usually your ruler dying does not give you plus legitimacy, unless we're on a different succession law than I'm used to. I don't know, I guess I haven't used partition inheritance before. Oh, we get an event that gives us an insulted us CB on Frisia. Is that going to be enough to full annex Frisia? They're only 45 war score, so I do think that we can full annex or subjugate them with this yeah, this war goal is only plus 50% conquest cost, so we can do that. I guess I'll declare this war. We can parliament for a war too, I think, but we can also like spring gravel road network or something. Do I want to purchase mill access? Probably. Yeah, it's only a couple of ducats to purchase mill access. Then I can raise my levies, and we can take on Frisia. Probably make them into a fiefdom or vassal. That's probably best. Yeah, go for the capital fort. They made some levies. Oops, my army doesn't have very good morale, but I don't think they have a general because we like attacked them right as they spawned. So I think we will end up being victorious. Yep, just barely. We get plus 25 war score from that. So that's looking pretty good. I guess I should start blockading so they get a little bit faster siege. Oh, is this actually not enough ships to blockade with? Okay, I guess I'll try to get more ships. I only have enough sailors for one ship, or maybe two. I think I might be lacking a little bit of stuff. Can't give them trade monopolies, not very good. I'm attritioning because of lack of food, so I'm gonna detach siege, and then have some of my guys go kill their army that's trying to siege me down. And hopefully that'll mean that I don't have as much food problems. Maybe I need to ask for food access from Utrecht. Or I guess I can try sieging like an adjacent province or something. That might help fix things. Okay, well, now I can move this army in here. Okay, it's still out of food. I guess I need to go back to my territory to regain food. Okay, well, the siege is going kind of good. Yeah, now I have food in this army. Except they have like a army that's trying to chase me. They have 693 guys. Okay, can I win that battle? No. Okay. Hopefully we just win the siege race. I can detach siege, actually. And then try to siege some stuff down over here to try and get food. Because I don't like my troops attritioning. They're trying to kill my army in the siege, but they're going to lose because I got my big army there again. Okay, now the siege is looking pretty good. Around minus 7%. We enter the Age of Renaissance. I guess I'll take administrative focus. Doesn't matter too much. Finally got the capital. Okay, now I can peace out Frisia. I think I will vassalize Frisia because they're kind of far away, so until we get maritime presence, we can't really spread control up there very well. I'll also humiliate them to get some prestige, which means I'm over 25. So I have all the requirements to become a duchy now. I actually just need to ask the Holy Roman Emperor for ducal rights. Let's see if we can get that, because that would be very nice. Maybe imperial actions. We just need a diplomat. Okay, I will just quickly spend on diplomatic spending. I think we need to do that anyway to get diplo capacity. Oh yeah, we're still over diplo capacity, even with max diplo spending? Dang. Oh well, once we become a... What's it called? Once we become a duchy, we should get a lot more diplomatic capacity. So that'll be nice. I just need to ask the emperor for ducal rights. One diplomat. And now I have a diplomat, so I can ask for ducal rights, and I'm now the Duchy of Holland instead of county. Well, the next war is sort of between these guys and Utrecht. I think Guelders is going to be better because it appears that Guelders does not have a fort on their capital, so that'll be a much easier war. I'm just going to do Parliament. I'll pick up... I don't think I really am realistically going to pass this Parliament, so I'll just pick up the one that gives the highest success chance. Grant Privilege Elite Council. Oh, it gives progress towards aristocracy. See, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to do that and then get a CB for that. Declare war. Oh, we're much weaker. Liège is in here. Maybe I need to promise land to Luxembourg. Well, it's still worse for us, but it's a little bit more reasonable to win this war, I think. So I'll just declare it, I guess. Oh, I don't have a diplomat. Right, okay. I need to wait for my diplomatic spending to give me another diplomat. And then I can declare on Guelders. I think these guys I will go for a full annex on. Because once I move my capital to Dordrecht, which I think I want to do, we'll have pretty easy control to most of their country. So yeah, declare war, promise land, call Luxembourg, and then raise levies. Oh, my levies are not fully recovered. Only 1,900. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Sometimes they just like insta recover seemingly, but this time was not one of those times. Oh wait, they're getting occupied right now. Oh. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Can I take over siege here? No, I can't. Okay. I just need to like carpet siege everything that's remaining, I guess. Yeah, I need to carpet siege everything that's left. Or else I'm gonna get nothing, I think. Okay, that's unfortunate that we just get a little bit. Okay. I need more troops to get all this. Can't let them get this stuff. I actually don't know who am I competing in. Julik? Um, where is Julik? Let's see. Oh, they're this brown country here. Liège, resieging everything. Okay. I'm just sort of gonna chill up here for a little bit, see what happens. Maybe I should go back. Yeah, I'll go for Geller. We'll see what we can get. Oh, we didn't get Geller. Try to go for Teal. That'll be nice. Just want a mild peace deal. I want to get a trillion AE. It's gonna be a trillion AE to take anything from these guys. Wow, that's not ideal. Liège deleted their fort. I don't know why, but I mean, I will certainly take a deleted fort. That'll be nice. Yeah, now I can actually just try to like completely siege down Liège and then force peace them. Except that that happens. Just insta retreat. We love insta retreats. So balanced. Yeah, they're going for our armies. We need to run. I'm not able to run. Dang. Okay, we retreat. No, we need to retreat more. Um, nope, we still need to retreat more. Can I retreat? Wait, what? Did I win that battle? I'm so confused. I was just trying to spam retreat button. I think they're trying to go for my stack again. How long till we can just peace out without... Okay, we got like 3 more months so we can peace out without occupying the whole country. I'm pretty sure they're coming back for me. Are we safe? We might be safe. Okay, we got Liège somehow. We don't question it, okay? We just let it happen, and we win. We win the war like that. Surely, we just let our wins happen. Oh, no, that's not what we want to see. Can we get this occupation off? We do actually get that occupation off. Retreat. Where am I retreating to? Okay, there, I'm retreating back there. We just need this final little bit of occupation, and we win. It's just that easy. Surely, we just get it off here, and then we can win the war. Oh yeah, we get it. Okay, nice. Liège becomes a vassal. So before I do this, I should actually be swapping my cabinet member to diplomatic endeavors. And then I should probably start improving relations with all the people who hate me. So that looks like Munster, Utrecht, and Cologne? Yeah, I think Cologne is third. Maybe Bremen? Except they're not likely to get that much AE from Conquest. I assume they're just getting it because they like don't like me because I'm different government or something. Minus 19 versus like what are you getting from Conquest? You're getting minus 23. Yeah, that's a little bit different. What's my coalition look like if I were to take this right now? That's pretty big. I'm trying to like dodge their big army. Wait, what is Luxembourg doing? They're getting into a battle with Geller? That's not very smart, Luxembourg. If I can occupy Geller though, that would be pretty good. I actually get Geller here before they get that, I think, and then I might have like 100 war score. I have 15 war score. Except I don't occupy that. It's occupied by these guys. So I have to wait for that to get unoccupied. Wait, but now we still have 10 war score, but I can't really take anything. I mean, yeah, it's not great. Maybe I can join this battle and help win, except no, or maybe there's a small chance. No, we lose that battle. Let's retreat to Teal. Okay, now that I occupied this, as well as Geller, we have 25 war score. So I can take this peace deal. We don't get Geller itself, but what's our coalition looking like with this? Yeah, this is already a pretty big coalition. Hmm. I don't know if it's even worth taking this much of a coalition. I think I'm going to take one less location and then take a little bit of money. That way we have much less coalition. It's just Munster and I think yeah, themselves, the people we just took the land from. So that's good. Now, I don't think I need to be spending on diplomatic. Yeah, I don't need to be spending on diplomatic except for, I guess, for diplomats, but we should be fine. I actually don't think you lose monthly diplomats, even if you have negative monthly diplomats. I don't think you lose them. I put this guy on development. I just realized I should have him on integrating the new province I took. I don't really know what's wrong with the nobles. They're really mad. I guess maybe I pressed some events that made them mad. I think I'm going to revoke their privilege for aristocracy, the first one. Land rights. Because, yeah, they're going to start a rebellion anyway. And so I figure I might as well revoke one of their privileges now. Yeah, it's going to put our stability pretty negative, but that'll mean that we can increase it quite a lot faster. It'll be another couple years before we're back at normal stability, but that's fine. We gotta get up to like 80 plutocracy somehow. Okay, the Hollandish nobles have started their rebellion. They're not gonna last for very long. Oh wait, no, that's the Utrecht. I was thinking they got that fort, but no, they don't have a fort. So yeah, this rebellion should be incredibly fast to deal with. We just occupy this, and then we occupy this, and then they're full annexed. It's just that easy, because I'm pretty sure this controls all of these locations in its province. Yeah, it does. So if we siege this down, it should just be a full annex. I don't think you keep locations you are even standing on when you occupy these. Yep, there goes the Hollandish nobles. That was really quick. We didn't even lose any men. But the Black Death has recently reached my country, so I guess I will segregate the infected. I'll try to create a Parliament CB on Utrecht, because I think they're the next major country I want to fight. I don't want to do either of these Parliament things, though. Oh, I especially don't want to give the nobles banal lordship. Oh, wait, there's a third thing down here. Okay, I'm fine with doing that. Getting one war exhaustion isn't too bad. We can recover that in like 8 months or whatever. I'll just go for a CB on Utrecht, because I probably want to fight them soonish. I'm kind of confused by this event. There aren't any Francian pops in my country, as far as I can tell. The culture thing doesn't tell me about any, at least. So, okay. I'll take 10 stability. That's nice. Yeah, very nice. Apparently we're the 100th great power in the world. Or not great power. 100th power in the world. So close to being in the top 2 digits. Yes, we're under top 100. Nice. Nice. Nice little beginnings. Sure, by the end we'll probably be top 5 or whatever. Depends on if we become Holy Roman Emperor, if we try to leave the Holy Roman Empire. If we become Holy Roman Emperor, then we can probably be #1 great power pretty easily. I'm going to declare war on Utrecht. Guelders is going to decline the call to arms. Looks like they're at war with Loon right now, so that's probably why. We can raise 2,000 levies, which is kind of low, but hopefully it'll be enough to win the war. We just need to siege down Utrecht Fort, I imagine, and that shouldn't be that difficult since it's right on our border. I don't imagine we'll be getting any like food problems. They are trying to raise levies right now. Maybe I should try to just kill their levies real quick. Yeah, I should do that, I think. I'll take the 7 stab. We really need stab right now. I thought I was getting -20 stab from declaring this war, but I don't think that actually applied. Or maybe I'm sure? No, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be getting -20 stab from declaring this war because we had too good of relations. Huh. Hainaut has voted to establish seniority. Okay, I guess I will vote for establish seniority as well, because I have more great power points than Hainaut, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're 681st. So, definitely not as high as my 102nd. Just siege down Utrecht. Um, can't peace out yet. Okay. Winning that battle gives me quite a bit of war score. As I need to reoccupy my country and siege Zwolle. And then we should be in a pretty good position. Yeah, they're -1 to accepting full annexation. But this creates a massive coalition. What if I quickly put on diplomatic endeavors? And I'll make this guy head of cabinet, I guess, to give us a little bit more. How does that affect AE? Looks like it barely affected it. 92, what was it before? I feel like it was basically 92, right? It was 99. Okay, so it is something. It's just not a huge amount. Hmm. I didn't realize vassalizing was so much less AE than conquest. It's only 42 AE to vassalize compared to, yeah, like 92 to conquer. So I'm just gonna vassalize, and that'll make things a lot simpler. Although, Diplo capacity is not doing great right now, so I probably need to cancel my alliance with Luxembourg. Um, huh? Hostile actions is break your alliance? Okay. Yeah, now we're back under a Diplo capacity. How's loyalty looking? It's actually not too bad. Yeah, I might want to start trying to annex, um, like, these guys are Zealand here. Should probably start improving relations to annex them, except I don't have a diplomat right now, but yeah, our conquest is looking pretty good so far, I'd say, for 1350. The coalition map mode isn't looking too bad right now, so I'm gonna declare a parliament, change policy, close borders, I don't want to do that. Guess I'll take this. Fabricate CB, Antwerp, declare war on Brabant. We are slightly weaker, but just barely, so this war should not be too hard. And we can win it, I think. I'm gonna go for the siege of Brussels. It's not gonna take too long. Oh, that battle was not good. Okay, yeah, they have a lot of troops. Okay, uh-oh. I should not be fighting this war on 5 speed. As it turns out, fighting a war on 5 speed is not a good idea. Instead, you should assign a general to your army instead of fighting the war on 5 speed. Then set all your subjects to supportive and allow attachment, and hopefully you can win the war that way. Except that yeah, my allies are gonna get killed, but like, we'll find a way. We've got around 2,000 troops attached to me, which is good. We are losing that battle? Okay. Yeah, that's not ideal that we're weaker than them. Okay, they're trying to fight me. They're actually taking good amount of casualties, except that that's just because they're rolling extremely badly, but wait, we're winning this battle maybe? Okay, it's looking kind of close, but we have a real chance. Oh yeah, we win it. Plus 25 war score. Very nice. We take more casualties than them though, which is not very nice. Yeah, our troop counts are not amazing. We need to try to match up with this troops, or else we are completely screwed. We can attach with these troops though. We'll be in a little bit better position. Okay, they don't want to attach with me. That's not ideal. We're gonna get whatever we can. Yeah. You should probably go for a siege of Antwerpen, because if I can get that, I can get the war goal. And then maybe I can just take like a more minor peace deal if I can get the war goal. I don't want to fight them, so I'm just gonna go to Teal right now. I mean, I should just go to Utrecht and hope that they try to siege me. I just got the medieval military advance for 0.25 army morale. That's making me confident enough to go for Antwerpen. If I can get Antwerpen, we can maybe get a more mild peace deal and end up not full annexing them, because there actually would probably be a lot of AE if we try to annex them anyway. Minus 17 to take this province right now. They're trying to attack me. It says they're gonna win, which makes sense because they have a huge troop advantage. Yeah, we are retreating out of that battle. Okay. Oh, they're gonna catch me in Dordrecht as well, and I'm gonna immediately retreat. I'm going for Antwerp. I have a pretty good troop advantage. I'm taking Antwerp. Their army is just chilling over in Middelburg for some reason. If I can get Antwerp, that'll be pretty good. Why is the game lagging? Okay, we got Antwerp. Good. Now they're trying to go for me, maybe? No? Okay. This is looking good. Yeah, we're just slowly flipping all these provinces because we have the silver tile. Might I actually win the battle in Breda against them? No, we lose because they've got good terrain and stuff. Apparently I accidentally stack wiped something while I was trying to run to this tile to siege it. Okay. They're actually going for one of my forts right now. That's a big mistake. Yeah, we're gonna get the occupation on this, which is gonna remove their defender ticking. Should be nice. It's not going like amazingly for us yet, but yeah, we're gonna get a lot of good occupation on them here while they siege down that fort, which isn't gonna go that good for them. I'm gonna just try to siege back Teal. Well, my occupations were good enough to secure this peace deal, taking these two provinces. We could maybe take more, but the coalition is already not great. It doesn't count A properly, so the coalition is actually that bad, but if we were to take more, we'd have problems. You can see, like, Berg is close. The reason why it doesn't count it properly is if you improve relations people below 0, it doesn't properly account for that, I think. Maybe there's other things. But, yeah, now we have some more provinces to integrate. I added this guy on improving Diplo rep because that makes it cheaper to integrate. I should remove both of our guys from doing stuff other than integrating, because I really need to get Antwerp integrated, because I think actually Antwerp might be a better capital than, what's it called, Dordrecht? Like, what's a better natural harbor? Yeah, Antwerp is a 80 natural harbor versus a 55 natural harbor. But, if I'm only expanding in the lowlands mostly, and then we're going to be doing, like, out of Europe expansion outside of that, I don't know. I feel like Dordrecht might be a little bit better. Like, what river? But I guess the question is, like, what way do the rivers flow? I think I'm good with making Dordrecht my capital. Can I move my capital right now? Yeah, I actually can. I'm gonna move it to Dordrecht. Alright, that'll be good. Oh, it's under siege. No, that's not true. I'm on 1 speed. That would explain why. It should fix itself soon, in theory, right? Yep, there we go. February 19th, 1357, we'll move our capital to Dordrecht, which should make proximity a little bit easier. Although, like, Amsterdam and stuff will have a little bit worse proximity. In the south, we'll have much better proximity, especially to places like Antwerp. Oh, that war absolutely insanely boosted my tax base. Now it's up to 40. I mean, it's still not very large, but it is a big jump. I don't know why my tax base jumped up so much. Is it actually the demand from the capital? Because these places should have extremely low control. Yeah, they have 0 control so far, so I don't know why that's happening necessarily. Oh wow, my little mini coalition actually declared? I was really, really not expecting this. Okay. This does not look like a hard war, except the Hansa are in it. Uh-oh. That's not ideal. Okay. I might actually need to worry then. But, I think I can maybe just siege this stuff down immediately. We'll see. Yeah, this war. I did not expect a coalition war over that. Okay. We're gonna try to siege down Kwijik or whatever, and just get this country occupied fully, and then go on to the next one, and so on. I should really assign a general. That would, make the war a lot stronger, or a lot easier for us, probably. They got teal. That's not ideal. Someone's trying to attack me here? No? What? I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna fight someone there. We win that with a stack wipe. Very good. They're trying to go for my forts, which is not gonna go too well for them. Yeah, we're already at 30% war score, apparently. Okay, that's a very good sign that we're already at 30% war score. Now we're at 50% war score. Okay. I mean, it's just that easy. Just get 50% war score, like, instantly. Oh, I'm getting absolutely demolished by the Hansa there. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, the Hansa really killed me there. That coalition war was Omega easy, and I can now annex the coalition, or annex the main person who declared the coalition war, because you can't annex other people in coalition wars for some reason. There is just a small problem with that, which is that that's gonna give me way more AE, right? And that's gonna be a bit of a problem. I guess I could try to fiefdom them. Would that be better? In terms of AE, we're currently getting up to 38. If I fiefdom them, it's only 19, so that's probably better, because this thing isn't gonna have great control anyway. Yeah, so I should probably fiefdom them. I do just want to swap up one of my guys to using the diplomatic endeavors to make it even cheaper for the diplo, and then we can do Guelders becomes a fiefdom. Very nice. Was this person not a subject of Guelders? I really thought they were. Okay, now I want to go back to integration. I'm not doing this province more because the only remaining tile is actually Frisian or Westphalian, so it's much harder to convert because we don't have enough cultural influence yet. With the capital in Dordrecht, this is what proximity looks like now. It's looking pretty good. We can see we still have like 50% proximity to Den Haag, but we also now have almost 50% proximity to Antwerp. and 65% proximity here, which is still quite low. We do need to build up roads to some places like Leiden and what's it called? Amsterdam, or actually it might not be. No, yeah, it's still good to build roads that because it's going into the water and then going back. We don't have perfect harbor capacity or anything yet, so roads will be cheaper in terms of transportation cost. There is already a gravel road there. What? Oh, I guess it just got built. Okay, Leiden can get one as well. Oh, apparently we have the same air as Brabant. It's a very bad air, unfortunately. Yeah, this air is terrible, but I guess we'll get a personal union on Brabant, which is kind of nice. Yeah. I'm gonna use Parliament to swap my law to burgher-controlled mining operations, because this will give me more progress towards plutocracy, which we, of course, need in order to become a republic. It's pretty hard to push towards plutocracy. You can see we're still going towards aristocracy right now. Obviously, we'll have the cabinet of action that we could use to maybe just barely get towards plutocracy if we had a really good cabinet member, but we don't have that right now. So we're still turning towards aristocracy for now. We get a plutocratic movement parliament agenda. This would be really useful in the late game, but for now, I guess I'll take it to pass this parliament because we'll get 20% integration on. Is that? Oh, that's a single location you get 20% integration on? That's so bad. I guess maybe I should do another law change then, because, yeah, I don't think that's even worth it. Civil law is actually pretty good. Hmm. I don't know what to fix next. Aristocratic court obviously gives progress towards aristocracy, but inerrant court gives progress towards decentralization, so I don't know if I want to go it yet. Yeah, I should probably just go it. Now we're going to be barely turning towards aristocracy anymore, especially once burgher-controlled mining operations gets fully going. We'll actually be pretty much completely stopping our trend towards aristocracy. I wonder what we could get rid of for decentralization, because obviously we need that crown power from centralization, as well as proximity cost being always good. I'm going to start annexing Zealand. That should be a pretty quick annexation. Yeah, we're much bigger than them, so we get 171% boost to our annexation speed, and they're a single town, so the annexation cost is extremely low. For some reason, every month the Zealand is much smaller modifier is getting larger and larger, and it's now at 300%. But anyway, next month Zealand is now annexed and part of our country. Very nice. This territory obviously isn't going to have 100 control, but yeah, 66 proximity is pretty good. And obviously it's cored, because we just took it. And that'll help out with getting more passive maritime presence here, because I can't really build a navy up yet. I guess I should use my 3 ships. Yeah, they'll help out a little bit, actually. Oh, my ruler died. I forgot that this was going to let me move my capital with the inerrant core. I didn't need to manually move my capital, but I'm going to keep it here, obviously. And, yeah, we get the new duke. Oh, this gives me plus 15 legitimacy again. I guess Brabant has not lost their ruler yet, so we don't have the same ruler. But once their ruler dies, we will get a personal union with them. It's kind of insane how unprofitable all the buildings are. Like, only 0.5 profitability is super, super, super low. I wonder if I need to make my own market for some reason to make everything more profitable. Maybe Flanders is outcompeting all my industry. Yeah, I think that I might need to try and create my own market, or maybe I'm better off running Coln or something. I don't know. I think I currently have a favored market access treaty that you start the game with. Maybe I should break that. And we'll see what that does to our locations. Yeah, now more of our locations are in Coln. Does that end up making things more profitable is the question, or does that just break everything? Um, okay, tax base is actually significantly up from that. So maybe it's better to join the coal market, or at least have it be split like this, but that does seem kind of weird to have it be split like this. It might be better just create our own market in Dordrecht or Antwerp or something. We do need a lot of money for that though, which is going to be kind of hard to get. Well, this is quite the opposite of an ideal situation. England has declared war on me for take South Holland. That is so bad, and Bohemia dishonored the call to arms. Um, this is what you call being screwed. That's not good. Hmm, that's, that's really bad. You know, I just gave them the South Holland. No, they don't want the South Holland region, even though they claim they want it. That would make them get too much antagonism, so they don't actually want it. What do they actually want? They actually want nothing, apparently. There's nothing that they would want. Except I'm sure I can make a peace deal that they would want, right? What did they... Will they not actually take any of these provinces? Is it actually... I mean, I think if I, like, do this, right, I can get them to accept. Yeah, but I don't want to do that, obviously, so... We should try to find, something we can do to make them hopefully take a little bit less. I think if I raise levies before them, I can maybe get them to take less in the peace deal, because they'll have less war enthusiasm. Maybe? Maybe. They're at 79% war enthusiasm after I raise levies before them. What does that put our military balance at? Yeah, +7 for them still, but it's a little bit less bad. Now the suggested peace offer is simply... Oh, that's so much. Oh, this is so bad. Okay, well, it's not exactly ideal, but I can pay them some money and war reps to get them to go away. I think I kind of have to do that, or else we just lose the game there, I think. Um, yeah, now we're gonna kind of go into some debt, which isn't ideal, but we can deal with a tiny bit of debt. I will just stop spending on stability temporarily. Yep, now it's making me take out 2 loans. And for some reason, those 2 loans have a value of 99 ducats, even though 2 loans is 66. I think it like forces you to take out. Yeah, we actually have two 33 ducat loans, but that costs 99 to repay because interest shenanigans. You have to like pay all the interest that would have accrued for some reason, which yeah is very annoying. Okay, I finally paid off the debt. Our tax base is starting to look a little bit better now because we do have cores on this eastern province. Antwerp province still has not finished coring yet. It's only like 5 years away. This province slowly getting more control. Once we get good control here, this will actually be one of our best provinces. It has a potential tax base of 9, which is really good. I wonder why it's so high. It's about as high as this province. Also, control is almost as high. How is control almost as high, or max control almost as high? Oh, I guess it's a town instead of a rural location, and I guess it is a temple as well, yeah. I'm gonna change up my distribution of power law. I could go favor the wealthy. Oh yeah, I need to go favor the wealthy for plutocracy. Favor the ruler is so nice for the crown power, but I think I gotta go favor the wealthy for that plus progress towards plutocracy. You could maybe go favor the ruler temporarily, but I'm just gonna pick up favor of the wealthy. That'll let me tax the wealthy some more, which will be nice for our income. Yeah, the burghers are a pretty big source of our income. And that will increase our crown power because we're no longer getting the minus from traditional distribution. So that's a little bit good. I think it's finally time to embrace professional armies. It now only costs 16 stability because I have it in so much of my country. Oh wait, no. If I wait like another year, I can get it in Breda. I assume that's like... Is that a significant amount of the pops? No, it's still in a bunch of other locations. I'm just going to embrace it now. You're only missing it in like a couple of locations. And it would have taken a while longer to spread to all of those locations. So I can now do some techs over here. Get the military tactics, gunsmith, armory. Oh, 20% Navy morale is kind of an insane tech. I kind of forgot about that. And then I guess I can go for men-at-arms. So we can kill our ruler or get -20 stability. The modifier here is a positive modifier, very slight. Well, the thing is our ruler is terrible, but we don't have a good alternative at all. I mean, this person might become a good alternative. And also, if we kill our ruler, then we won't get a PU on Brabant. And getting the PU on Brabant isn't like that important, but I would like to get it, I think. Yeah, I think it's good. So I guess I'm gonna say not by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Which will put me in negative stab. I should start investing in stab. Oh, I have a pretty good positive balance. Maybe I should try to make a market. I'm gonna do it. Should I do it in Antwerp? Or what do I do in terms of... Where do I create the market? Antwerp or Dordrecht? I'm gonna do it in Antwerp so I can basically destroy the Bruges market. Yeah, I think that'll be best. So the tax base is currently roughly 60. Now we have the Antwerp market, which most of our country joins. Yeah, that's just the ocean actually. And now it's next month, and our tax base is actually lower. I didn't expect that. Interesting. But we're not doing any trading yet. Maybe once trading happens, we'll be in a little bit of a better situation. We'll see. We get cores on stuff. That's maybe a little bit of a confounding variable. We are the top country in terms of trade advantage here. Yeah, we're making... Why did our trade profit just go in a third? There's a lot of like big market imbalances here, so you'd think we'd better make good money, but apparently our tax base is collapsing now. I can build libraries now. I'm gonna build a library in Dordrecht after my 2 tanneries. It took so long to build because we only have one construction slot here. We're not at 30,000 pops, so this isn't a city. I guess I should start trying to push capital economy. It's probably going to make me run a food shortage because I think the Netherlands has very low food, but, you know, when has that ever been a problem before? So, we should go most profitable first. Give out some estate privileges for capital economy progress. And then, you know, we can become a capital economy because I need more tax base, and capital economy always can get you more tax base. Inquisition law. I'll take this one for +1 estate satisfaction equilibrium. I'm going to start the annexation of Utrecht. We're going to start the annexation of Utrecht. They're going to get annexed fairly quickly, only 7 years to annex Utrecht. And we should have pretty good control, at least of their capital area. I wonder what their tax base is at right now. Tax base is only 4, so they're a relatively weak country. 4 tax base. It's not really going to give us too much, but it'll be something. I assume it's an extra town that we can use, and that will eventually probably become a city. Oh, the Holy Roman Empire just enacted a thing where you have to give some of your money to the Holy Roman Emperor, except it's an extremely small amount of money, and also you can change how much to get a slightly different amount of prestige, but I mean, this money is so cheap that I guess I'll max this out. I'm going to replace feudal nobility with royal decree, so we can get more progress towards centralization, or less progress towards decentralization. And then soon enough I'll revoke this privilege from the commoners, and we'll start actually trending towards centralization, hopefully. Also, that gives us a little bit less towards trad economy, so we can get more more capital economy progress. Well, the English have declared war on me again. This time it's apparently not a parliament-approved wargle, it's just a wargle. Or no, it is still parliament-approved, it just didn't show that. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to raise my levies, and we'll see what the game thinks about this. Okay, they're minus 28 to peace now, because I guess with that army, we're now big enough where they sort of are willing to accept peace. So we're just going to have to give them some money, 50 ducats. Okay, and now they'll go away, which I guess is better than having to fight the English. It's unfortunate that the English keep declaring war on me. And there goes Utrecht. We get minus 50 relation to their subjects, but now we have Utrecht as our territory. And do they give me enough provinces that I can form the Netherlands? Yeah, I just barely have enough provinces to form the Netherlands now. Doesn't really matter because we only get unique Dutch advances on H4 because the rest of them are Hollandish as well. Or actually, a lot of these you don't actually need to be the Netherlands. Are there any advances that are actually unique to the Netherlands? Apparently there's 0, but I'll form it anyway. Now we're orange. Very good color. Actually, I wish it was like a little bit darker orange, I think. Or, I don't know. I feel like this isn't quite the color I'm used to for the Netherlands. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I'm gonna embrace banking. It'll put me a little bit in the negatives of stability, but that's fine. Should probably cancel all these texts I'm researching. They're not that important. And then in banking, I want to go for the dock. So we can get the monthly sailors, then the bark, then the protected harbor. Plus 20% prop promotion speed. That's actually kind of nice. Should probably pick that up. Then polders. Are these any good? Not really, but I guess it depends on how many levels we can build of this. If we can build like 10 levels, then it's actually kind of good. So maybe I should go that. Oh wait, this is actually a good tech. The question is, what else is important here? I guess this plus 25 or 250 trade range is important. Then maybe bureaucracy, so we can start pushing centralization. Max literacy as well as pound lock canals and maritime presence. And I guess I take the silver output. I think I need to try to take central council in the laws. Yeah, I'm gonna replace feudal administration with central council. It gives progress towards aristocracy, but I don't really think we have a realistic alternative that will give progress towards centralization that we can pick up. So we'll just have to go back eventually, I guess. Yeah, I imagine we can go back to feudal administration later on, and that'll probably be the best way to do it. So go Central Council. Now I have exactly 50% Parliament support, which is apparently not enough. So I'll do this. Then I'll request additional taxes. And all this is actually going to do is to make sure we don't lose tax on our burgers, or we'll get a little bit more. Get +5 in total from Parliament approved taxes minus the less taxes for burgers that we agreed to. France wins the 100 Years' War 50 years early. Oh, Brabant ruler died, so we now have them as a personal union. Why did I get a restoration of union on them? I don't know. Yeah, the 100 Years' War is over, apparently. I guess France annexed Normandy, which got them over the 200, and England only has 2, so that's not enough to get that. I think they need at least 4 to stop it from ending. Okay, well, that's nice. I actually don't have enough prestige to keep enacting more stuff in centralization laws. I should probably start investing in stability. I just got another negative stab event, and I realized I should be trying to get more stability again so I can keep revoking more aristocracy privileges and stuff. Yeah. Also, I should be trying to work towards centralization, I guess. Oh yeah, can I revoke the, no, let's just do it now. I'm gonna revoke this privilege that gives 0.2 decentralization progress. It's gonna make our peasants hate me, but at least now I'm trending towards centralization, which is nice. It looks like we're at our max to capital economy, so now I can change, or if I get a new guy on Diplo, I can push a little bit further. But soon enough we'll be able to change this guy over to helping us out with centralization progress. Oh yeah, I should really build the royal garden for the extra monthly diplomats. What do I need? I need copper to build this. What? None of the requirements here are copper. Oh no, there is copper here. I need more copper. Okay. Let's import some copper so we can build a royal garden. This is always an important thing to build up. Do no markets have a surplus of copper, actually? Huh. No markets have a surplus of copper, I guess. Burgos? No. Or is it just because there's like no trade capacity allocated? No, we can actually import a little bit from Burgos. Okay. And now I can build my royal garden, and that'll be very nice, giving me an extra 0.2 monthly diplomats, and that'll mean I won't really have to do more diplomatic spending to get diplomats in the future. I just got like 50 prestige. I just spent 5 on diplomatic liberties. I don't know how I got 50 prestige. I just researched docks, so I can start building up some docks. That'll be pretty nice. No, don't put an S at the end. We're not trying to build docks, we're trying to build multiple dock. Okay, I build like 4 docks, and then, I can't embrace the Renaissance yet. Oh yeah, I wanted to remove my trade, or no, I shouldn't do that until I actually finish building the royal garden, because otherwise I will run out of copper, probably. The commoners are a little bit mad with me, so I'm going to give them some privileges so that their estate satisfaction can be pretty high while taxing them. Just those 2 privileges should be good. Also, common militias is just a really good privilege. I probably should have given it out at the start. It'll sort of replace auxilium et consulum for the levy size. I just did all the other unification things, so I can now vote for unification of crowns. And then pretty soon we'll be able to start annexing Brabant. I'm currently annexing Guelders as well as Frisia. It's going to take a while longer for Frisia. Guelders is pretty close. I can start building out a navy now. Yeah, barks. I can afford like 7 barks. So that's like 2 per tile. Almost. Nice. That'll mean we can start getting some maritime presence going in this sea province. And that'll help us out a lot with proximity. Because right now, when I say like get here, it's taking this route, going through Amsterdam. But if we could just leave Dordrecht and then go around that way and get in there, that would be a lot easier. And yeah, I would probably use way less proximity. I guess it depends on what the harbor capacity is of Amsterdam versus Dordrecht. I guess Amsterdam does have better harbor capacity, so it wouldn't be hugely cheaper, but it would probably be cheaper to go that way. And like, for example, going to Antwerpen, currently we're spending 16 going through this sea tile, but if we get enough maritime presence, that can only be 5. Actually, I should be pronouncing this Antwerp, but we don't worry about such details. Teeny civil war, but these civil wars, I've been getting them quite often. I just raise 1 levy, and then it's pretty simple to defeat. Just go between the 2 tiles, sort of. I guess the next privilege to go for the nobility will be auxilium et consulum. Make our levies a little bit weaker. I heard levy combat efficiency might actually not do anything, so I'm not sure how bad this will be. But yeah, we get more progress towards plutocracy, and the Nobility should be a little bit weaker now. Got the protected harbor building. I should definitely build that up in Dordrecht and probably Amsterdam and Antwerp. Yeah, like everywhere that we want to get maritime presence coming in from, or coming out from, because that will give us an extra 7.5% proximity cost reduction effectively. That's what you get per 100% harbor capacity. You get minus 75%. So per 10, you get minus 7.5%. I'm queuing up some more barks because I do want to get our maritime presence up to 100% faster. And actually, we don't have quite enough to get to 100% at all yet. I do have my ruler in this navy to get a little bit more crown power. My ruler died. We got a new one. And we got another one of those plus 15 legitimacy events, which means we never like lose legitimacy when our ruler dies because we just get it back instantly, which is kind of interesting. I'm improving relation with Hainaut because I want to better annex them. I can't see the annex Brabant option. I think it's because they haven't been in the Union for long enough yet. Because there's like a minimum time, I think, of 50 years after they join the Union, up to minus 20 from rapid unification. Because I can see the annex thing for Hainaut because they've been in the Union for the start of the game. So I assume that's the reasoning. We can't see the time to annex until you get to 150 relations because annexation is freezed below 150. It's a little bit strange how it works, but yeah. Only a couple years out from annexing Geller. I'm gonna embrace the Renaissance. That'll give me a little bit more research speed, and it'll give me more stuff to research. Probably want to go into here after my queue. I don't think it's worth deleting the stuff that's already in the queue. Then we want to go for the cabinet seat, the university, the minus expected cost of court, the crown power, culture capacity, character life expectancy. That'll all look pretty good. All stuff over here I don't think is really that useful. Yeah, not really, unless we care about skill of new artists, which I don't think I really do. Annexation of Geller is complete, giving me a little bit more land. My tax base has sort of been stagnating, but we got some new land here, which we'll just see next month how the proximity is doing. 41% actually not too bad. That's 48% to there, because we're going through this slightly strange path. I guess it's taking a good river. Yeah, okay, that's good. Now we're getting pretty good proximity through all this. Also, that pushes me a little bit more towards naval. Yeah, okay, we can see the updated proximity map mode, and it looks pretty solid on all this stuff that we just annexed. I'm gonna grant the church the privilege that gives plus progress towards centralization. Where is it? I was pretty sure. Yeah, here's the privilege. 0.1 tolerance of true faith and 0.05 progress towards centralization. We're gonna get quite a bit of centralization progress. I should just revoke the fortification licenses soon. Costs quite a bit of stability though, so I don't want to revoke it quite yet. Now I'm going to revoke this privilege, giving decentralization progress from the nobility. That puts me at 0.49 towards centralization. Did my cabinet member die? Oh yeah, they did. Okay. We're now at 0.53 towards centralization. That's pretty good. We'll also get centralized bureaucracy pretty soon, getting me to 0.63. So yeah, everything's looking pretty good for our progress towards centralization. Once we get to like the 0.63, we can flip back out of the bureaucracy thing that's giving us aristocracy progress. Get the bureaucracy law. Now I can put in centralized bureaucracy and keep getting pushing further towards centralization. Get like 60% of the way there. That'll give me a lot more crown power, which will make revoking our final privilege for the nobility a little bit cheaper. This one will make stability investment cost more expensive, so might want to wait till we get a lot of stability before revoking that. I think we're fine with this privilege for the nobility. Yeah, this privilege is fine. Luck has not been on my side this game. England declares war on me for the third time. Okay, well that's quite unfortunate. And they don't want to do this peace deal immediately. What if I give them war reps? Okay, they would take that. 29 war score. Oh, I actually give them mill access and food access, and that way I need to give them less other stuff. Yeah, okay, this is a little bit more of a reasonable peace deal. I need to just do whatever I can to surrender these wars, because otherwise we are not going to be in a good position. I think if I unpause, their war in these ends is going to jump a bunch and they're going to want even more. So we're just going to sign this peace deal right now before they demand more stuff from me. Frisia about to be annexed into the Netherlands. Yep, there's Frisia Now we're actually looking sort of like the Netherlands, except for these little pockets of Brabant in our way. Also, I think Loon is a subject of Bohemia, that's why I'm not invading them. Zutphen, maybe I should try to invade. Oh yeah, they're a subject of Luneburg, that doesn't sound like it'd be that difficult. Maybe I should call Parliament and try to invade Zutphen. Tax base is going up again. Tax base was kind of going down after we took Geller, but now we got some new territory to try to integrate. We should have pretty decent proximity to this stuff. Yeah, we just need to get our maritime presence up. But as our maritime presence goes up, it should be fairly easy to get proximity to this area. For now, we only have like 30% in some areas and 15% in others. And yeah, negative on the inland parts of their country, of course, but it's not like that bad. I can accept Westphalian for basically zero culture capacity, so I'm gonna. I actually don't have enough prestige. I wanted to accept Westphalian, but I guess I can't do that right now. Because I was trying to get cores on this stuff. We don't have cores on a bunch of stuff over here. I just got 10 prestige from an event. Okay. We can get Westphalian as an accepted culture now. Very nice. I imagine we're pretty close to getting to the point where we can annex Brabant. Actually, maybe we're like a decade away. I can't remember exactly when we got the Brabant Union. I'm trying to get my relations high enough with Hainaut that I can start annexing them. Or should I wait till I can annex Brabant first? I don't know. It doesn't matter that much, I guess. Huh. They actually have some really high tax-based locations. I think I'm gonna wait to annex them a little bit longer. Let's just start doing the annexation because I don't know when we're gonna be able to start annexing these guys. We don't need that many relations increase. Yeah, this is enough, just a minimum loan or a minimum gift to start annexing them once we get another diplomat. I guess I'm gonna take a CB against Zutphen. We can finally do some more expansion. It's been quite a while since I've done my last bit of expansion. Adaptation to humanist ideas. I'm gonna pass expand gravel road network, which will push us a little bit faster towards centralization. And yeah, I can just deck this war. We're apparently slightly weaker, but we've got like 10,000 levies. I don't think this war should be that hard. Yeah, there's no like fort in Zutphen even, so this shouldn't be too bad. Just combine everything in Dordrecht, and then we can go from there. Okay. Now I can assign this general. I can't assign a crown general because he's already leading the navy. Okay, I'll just use the best general then. I should really get more crown characters. My country has a very large shortage of crown characters. Maybe I should split the thing in two. Yeah, I'm gonna split it in two. Have one stack go up there, while this stack sieges this. Now I can beat up their army in Groningen. Oh wow, my army is a lot weaker seemingly. Yeah, the trading in this battle is not going great for us. And now it's going good because we have killed so much of their army. Yeah, okay, we ended up winning with them taking more casualties, but it was a little bit close. Did full occupy Zutphen, stop the defender ticking, start our attacker ticking. I'm trying to siege Liège. Okay, not going to go too well for them. I guess I have to take this progress towards aristocracy. I'm kind of losing battles. My army is, I guess, much weaker per troop. Oh, do I not have men-at-arms? I think I don't have men-at-arms. Is that like a huge debuff to not have men-at-arms? Like versus the peasant levies? Let's see. I'm forgetting how I would see that. No, I don't see a bonus for like them having stronger levies, so yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. Maybe we can win this time now that I balanced unit. It's looking kind of good, but we're losing on the left a lot. But we're winning on the right. No, this battle looks pretty bad, I think. No, we win it. Okay. But we take a lot more casualties, I think. No, they actually took more casualties? Okay. Well, that's good, I guess. I think if I beat them in this battle, I can actually just peace out. Yeah, that's an extra 10 war score. Now I can just peace out. Alright, nice. Get a little bit of expansion. Simple, quick war. Okay, I'm finally revoking right to inherit. This is a big stability cost increase, but I think it's worth it. Now we pushing 0.23 towards plutocracy, and once we get a little bit more towards centralization, we can help that out even more. Looking pretty good. Also, of course, once we get government reform, we can go plutocratic ethos. Can't go sortition because that actually requires already being a republic. I got 100 maritime presence in the Rhine estuary. Now we just gotta push our maritime presence more eastwards. Also, up to 84% proximity in Antwerp because of that. I'm gonna stop investing in stability now that I have gotten rid of all my privileges that I need to get rid of from the nobility. And I'm gonna start building up a lot of marketplaces, because we got pretty good crown power, so now marketplaces are gonna be pretty profitable, because, crown power massively scales how much profit you get from marketplaces, because you get more trade income, you also reduce the building upkeep cost on the marketplace that you have to pay. So you get way more profit from marketplaces as you get more crown power. Looks like all the marketplaces I built have started increasing my trade income a good amount. I should try to build even more, probably. Try and just spam out marketplaces as much as possible, I think would be good. Maybe except for in the capital, because the capital has good control, so other buildings are profitable there. But everywhere else, we can build up marketplaces and get some good trade income going. Yeah, for now, our market is still somewhat imbalanced. We got a lot of extra cloth, and we can import wheat. Yeah, we can import a lot of wheat. What is our price of wheat at right now, I wonder, compared to like other markets in Europe? 1.4 versus 0.6 in France. One of the electors is actually voting for me. That's kind of surprising. I don't think I actually want to try to become the Holy Roman Emperor. I mean, I guess I could try to form the Holy Roman Empire this game. Um, that is technically a thing I could do, but no, I'm gonna become a republic, so I don't think I can even be the Holy Roman Emperor as a republic, right? I don't think so. Oh, I didn't actually mean to pass that. I was gonna try to flip out of the, what's it called? Bureaucracy law that was giving us, I was trying to flip out of Central Council at the end there, but I forgot to do it. So, unfortunate. I'm gonna change this guy from changing to centralization. I think I want to go innovative next. Yeah, if we can get to 20 innovative, we'll be able to spawn the printing press, which will be kind of important. It'll be nice to spawn the printing press. Push more innovative. We can give the burghers control over monetary policy. Don't want to do that for minus tax. That is minus 5 tax, but we get plus 10 tax efficiency. That's kind of nice. Urban development grants. I should do that one. Make the burghers a little bit stronger, which I don't like a ton, but I need at least 0.2 towards innovative. Annexation of Hainaut is about to finish. I imagine we're getting very close to the 30-year mark where we'll be able to start annexing Brabant. You get a bunch of cores. Obviously, all this territory is going to have pretty low proximity. Here, actually, some of it has good proximity. I forgot we could still go through Brabant. Yeah, actually, we still have proximity here. Well, I guess I'll build roads from Antwerp to, like, all the tiles here. +1 possible government reforms. Alright, now I can pick up plutocracy. Yep, plutocratic ethos. I'm going to upgrade Leiden and Rotterdam into towns, because I want to build more buildings. And yeah, these locations are in pretty good spots to have high control, so might as well upgrade them to towns. I think this is one of the most surviving Byzantines I've seen. It's 1409, and Biz is still doing pretty good. Actually, Ottomans are also doing pretty good. Yeah, Biz and Ottomans both doing good. Quite rare to see Byzantium and the Ottomans doing good. In fact, I think this is the first time I've seen it ever. I'm gonna start trying to explore the Azores, because I do want to be able to spawn the New World Institution. That is pretty important, because I want to get our, like, plus 33% trade range as fast as possible. And I imagine that's in the New World tree, right? The plus 33 trade range? Yeah, it's down here. And I think there's another 50% we can get from the era if we pick diplomatic. So we'll get like a plus 83% trade range, which is pretty huge. But a trade with like everything. Not really everything, but you can probably have trade range to like South Africa and North America, which will be pretty nice. Oh, researched universities. I should spam out some universities to get some more cultural influence going. That'll be nice. I can't build more universities, so I'm out of books. Okay. Scriptoriums. I guess I can build up some scriptoriums in a couple of states here. Okay, in this parliament, I can finally get rid of central council, replace it with feudal administration. Does give us progress towards decentralization, but it's worth it so we can get more progress towards plutocracy. And now we're going 46% towards plutocracy, but we don't really have much more stuff we can do towards plutocracy. All we really have is rights of the burghers and then a cabinet action, and that'll give us to like maybe 70% or something. I guess I'm going to start annexing Liège, because I still can't annex Antwerp yet, or Brabant yet. I don't know why, I thought it would have been 30 years by now, but maybe I'm just misremembering when they unioned with us. We're getting a pretty big bonus from them being much smaller. I wonder how loyal are they? Could we seize their provinces to make them go faster? No, not quite. We're very close. Actually, it's probably still faster, even though they'll be disloyal for like a second, but it's probably still faster. I don't have enough diplomats to do that actually. Oh, and immediately after that, I get into a civil war. Okay, well, I can just raise a couple of levies, and the civil war shouldn't be too bad. As long as the civil war doesn't take any of our forts, it's really not a big deal. Getting a lot of civil wars this game mostly because I'm making the nobility really mad by trying to go aristocracy. What did they actually got a fort? No, I got the fort. It's in Geller. Okay. I'm over the fort limit because of this rebellion. We don't really need this fort in Geller. We can just delete it. I annexed Liège. Can I annex Brabant yet? Or am I just super misremembering when I got them as a subject? Okay, I guess I am. Or not subject. No, it can't be 30 years from enacting the unification policy because we were able to annex Hainaut immediately. Oh, I need to do a union parliament to get them up to union level integration 7. Okay, if we bribe this, what is the problem? By completing a parliament agenda? Okay. Let's see. Lose legitimacy, give them money. Okay. I'll just bribe the estate then. And yeah, now we'll get Brabant as actually annexable. Okay, now I can start annexing Brabant, and in 1420 I'll be able to annex them, or the annexation will complete. Nice. That'll be a pretty good expansion. They don't actually have that much tax base, only 32, but it's a good amount. We'll be able to make Brussels into a city. None of our locations currently have 30,000 pops, I think. Or I guess we have a couple, but they're pretty bad in terms of control. Yeah, this is only 17 procs, and this is only 29 procs. Brussels, we should have much better procs on, like 50% or maybe even higher than that. We should have much higher than 50%, or not much higher, but a little bit above 50%. Oh, this debate gives plus zero point 0.1 monthly progress towards plutocracy? Oh, that's interesting. I did not think about that as a way to get more plutocracy progress. That's actually going to be really useful. Wait, what? I'm third great power. Did I get elected HRE Emperor? What? I just got elected HRE Emperor? Okay. Um, I don't know if this is actually a good thing, because this means I can't be protected by the HRE Emperor anymore. People are asking me for electorate status. Okay, I'll just give some random person electorate. The annexation of Brabant is complete. The union is now disbanded as well, because we're done with the union now. Now we got all of Brabant, so we can now like found a city in Brussels. I should probably do that because yeah, Brussels is a good city. 50,000 pops. We can make that into a good city. I guess I can also make like Leuven into a good city and Naval maybe. That's looking pretty good. I guess I will promote member of the burghers. Or should I call parliament right now? I don't know. I'm still trying to push innovative, but yeah, I guess I'll call a parliament for promote member of the burghers. I imagine we'll get this again later. I don't need to hold parliament forever. Not like I really can hold parliament forever. That would not work out too good. I could reduce opinion and then get a new like law change or increase taxes. Increasing taxes actually would be pretty nice. Yeah, let's do that. Let's request additional taxes so we can make a lot of extra money from the burghers. We can make Brandenburg into a personal union. That's kind of interesting. I don't think that I want to do that though, because I want to become a republic, and I don't think you can become a republic if you're in a personal union. So I'll press this option. It gives me some prestige, and it gives the Holy Roman Empire some imperial authority. Not like we're going to keep that though, because yeah, our imperial growth is actually positive, but it's extremely small. Yeah. I don't know what we could do to get more imperial authority growth. We would probably just need to conquer more. I mean, I should conquer Luxembourg pretty soon, probably. Yeah, Luxembourg is kind of going to be a free war, so I should go for a conquest of Luxembourg. Sure, I'll ally Brandenburg. I'm not using my diplo capacity or anything, so yeah, getting some allies will be nice. I wish I could ally big people. I guess I should ally like Hesse. I would like to ally England and stuff, but they don't like me enough. And 32 towards innovative, so I guess I will move my guy that was trying to promote innovative to now starting to promote plutocracy. And now we can go 66 to plutocracy. That's pretty good. He's a 100 on Diplo though, so I'm not gonna get that too much higher. I mean, I can make him head of cabinet. That should get us to like what, 0.68 or yeah, 0.68. And then we'll be able to get 0.05 from strengthen the rights of the burghers or strong guilds. And then I guess we'll be able to get a little bit from parliament debates. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to get that last little bit. I'm gonna put a burgher in parliament because I have heard that there are events with the burghers in parliament that can lead to getting more plutocracy progress, so we'll hope for that. I'll actually put another burgher in parliament. This one I'm gonna keep because we do want to keep the 100 Diplo. Oh, my heir is a prodigy? That's good. I'll put him on expensive education. We're probably gonna get like 100. And the Western Schism is lasting really long this game. It's still going on in 1428. Wow. I've been supporting France the whole time, so I think that might be why it's been going on for so much longer than normal. Not really sure. My ruler died and now I'm in a regency? Wait, well, how does this character only have 20 admin? He's a prodigy. He has 50 Diplo but only 20 admin? What is this RNG? Okay, I should justify a CB on, what's it called? Luxembourg. I completely forgot that I was going to be doing that. And then... let's see if we can get another... We can complete this. It's just a little bit of minus legitimacy. Yeah, okay. Now, since I'm a great power... Oh, wait, I lost the emperorship? Wait, who is the emperor? What? Oh, it's, stalemate. Nobody's the emperor right now. Okay, well, I'll invade, Luxembourg. I guess I can't threaten war because of that. That's not a huge deal. Okay, yeah, we got 16,000 potential levies now because we haven't raised them in a while, I guess. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, with 16,000 levies, we should be pretty easily able to beat Luxembourg, especially because they have no forts. I'm just going to siege down all of the provinces of these guys at once. Wait, what? I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to siege down these, but actually I realized they have another one there, so I'm going to do this. We get all of the province capitals, and then should be a pretty easy war. I guess they have a bunch of other people in the war, but is... Oh, wait, what? Can we already full annex? Oh, no, they have stuff over here. I don't know what I want to do with that. I guess I could vassalize them as well. I think I double pay for the AE if I do that, though. So maybe we just let Luxembourg live over there, and we just take this. I could humiliate them, but I don't think there's really a point. We'll just do this peace deal. Nice. We've entered the Age of Discovery, for which I'm definitely going to go diplomatic, because this gives access to plus 50% trade range, which is a pretty huge modifier. Where are all of the trade range modifiers here? There's 5 trade range modifiers in this. We can get one for trade range used overseas, trade range, one for being Holland, and one for being diplomatic ideas. This one is a little bit down there, but yeah, we can go for that. Not too bad. Have I discovered... I did end up discovering the Azores. That's good. So I should be able to spawn this, right? Yes, I can spawn the New World. That is good to see. Can I spawn printing press? Yes, I can. It's not in, like, my good provinces, because I guess I don't... Like, it's not in Dordrecht, because I guess I just don't have enough paper production there or something. But we can spawn it in our country, so that's good. We spawn the printing press in our southernmost location, or actually not our southernmost location, but on our border. Not ideal to spawn on the border, but it doesn't really matter. It'll spread to the rest of our country, or at least our market capital, pretty quickly. And we also spawn New World in Middelburg. Very good. I got a new ruler, and he's actually insane. I guess this was our prodigy. Yeah, 89, 88, 96. Those are some good stats. Our next ruler is a slow. That's not good. No, idiot. That's that's such a bad trait. Wow. Is he actually getting negative stat increase? What? Minus 0.66. Wow, we have to give him expensive education, or else he'll get negative stat increase, probably? I don't know. Surely that's not possible, but yeah, this ruler is pretty good. Although I think actually I might need to reload for the effects to actually apply from the new ruler. That seems to be a thing. No, it looks like the effects are actually already applying. It only costs 0.01 to get into Antwerp now. I can now embrace the printing press. Pretty soon I'm going to embrace the New World, but for now we have the printing press. I'm going to cancel researching rights of the nobility. It's really not important. Go printing press. Now I really want to go for the paved road. We don't need proximity that badly. Maybe, like, we have kind of decent proximity. Maybe I can not go for it? I mean, it's just so good. I think I kind of have to go for paved road anyway. Yeah, I'll just go paved road. And then from there we can do New World stuff, probably. Nice, we can get some progress towards plutocracy from this, which will let me go further into plutocracy. Just a little bit, like 5 or something, before the end of the debate. It'll go up. I guess I can also take this opportunity to request additional taxes and then do adaptation to humanist ideas. I could do another adaptation to humanist ideas and see if we roll them requesting something like plutocratic from us. Is it worth it for the minus legitimacy? I think it is. Okay, we don't get anything good, so... I mean, I could try to just... No, I'd have to change policy here or do like 2 other things if I want to get to 100% again. I don't think there's anything I really want to do that much. The Western Schism is finally over. France stops getting infinite money from the Pope, or from the, what's it called, tithe now. You see, France is making 600 from trade and tax. For reference, we're making like 140. So yeah, we're very much behind France for now. It's probably going to be a while till we can pass them up. Maybe in the next like 100 and something years we can do it. We'll see. I can now embrace the New World institution. Give me a little bit negative stability. I guess I should invest money in stability. I actually have a lot of money right now. I should probably upgrade more places to cities. Antwerpen has a lot of pops. I can make that a city now. Luke, I can make that a city. This province, I can start working towards making a city. Saltpeter isn't a good resource, right? Yeah, it's not. Naval, I'll try to make that a city eventually. I don't want to make this into a city, I think. Yeah, I think that's solid. I guess I could take Rotterdam into a city as well. Utrecht? Yeah, we can make that into a city. I'm gonna do expand gravel road network in Parliament. We don't get a good request here, unfortunately. I guess I'll take request additional taxes, adapt to humanist ideas. Okay, we don't get anything good, so that's unfortunate. I could try to take this one province because it is actually in my area. I don't think we want to do that though, right? Because Upper Bavaria, I don't imagine we can beat them. Maybe we could, but it's a little bit risky. I guess I'll embrace pike and shot. I don't really need the Miltex or anything, but I do want to get more research speed. Yeah, we are running a little bit of a small pile to balance now because of that, but it is what it is. Yeah. Also, we are a little bit below legitimacy, so that's also partially why we're running such a small pile to balance, but it's fine. Oh, I'm the Holy Roman Emperor again. Oh yeah, now that I am great power, I just became cultural hegemon. Nice. First hegemony acquired. This is obviously the easiest one to achieve because you just spam universities and you become cultural hegemon. Also, Flanders is helping us out with being cultural hegemon. I just unlocked paved roads, so I'm going to start trying to build some roads down here to the south. And I guess I should also try to build a road from like Dordrecht to Geller. That'll be good. Costs a lot of money though. Now we're basically out of money. Oh, you get another parliament debate for plus plutocracy trend. Very good. What should I research? Oh yeah, I wanted to research New World stuff. That is going to be important. What do I want to research first is a question. I think I want to go for rights of the burghers first. Or no. I should go for being able to explore first. Then we go rights of the burghers. Take up the exploration speed boosts. Then maybe I go for the trade range modifiers. That'll be nice. Where's the other trade range? There it is. Okay, and we'll go from there. I guess probably this monthly development will be good for a single tech. I'm going to request additional taxes, then do this naval thing. I'm hoping to get, what's it called from the burgers? I was hoping to get, a plutocracy thing, but they did not give me that. I guess I will, promote this guy to head of cabinet. Or I should really do this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna change these guys up real quick. Change this guy to integrating, and then change the guy that has 100 Diplo to changing societal values plutocracy, then make him head of cabinet. And that way we're getting 0.83 towards plutocracy now, which is a little bit better. So I was just looking around the world, and I was opening my religion map mode, and I saw Catholic was a little bit bigger than normal. In fact, it controls Constantinople. The Byzantines have gone Catholic this game. That is quite rare. I just got the tech for open sea exploration, so I can now start exploring some more. That'll be nice. Put high military characters on exploration. It looks like this North Atlantic sea current is sort of the only actually useful thing to explore. I mean, there's other stuff down here actually is probably somewhat useful, so I should probably do it. Oh, apparently spamming C there was not a good idea. High mill. And I think I'll leave it at that for now. Don't want to waste too much money because these expeditions are really expensive for our economy size. As like Castile, they were pretty cheap, but for a nation like the Netherlands, it's pretty expensive to be doing this. Also, I realize we have more Luxembourg to conquer. We have East Luxembourg to conquur. Yes, I rolled plutocratic support, except it's only +2 towards plutocracy, but we only need like 7 more of those. Oh, another one? And capital economy? We love to see this. Okay. I should have pressed fabricate CB before I did all those, because I do want to fabricate a CB on East Luxembourg. Yeah, let's do that. And then, if I want to make this pass, I'll do like increase opinion. Yeah, this war with East Luxembourg should not be very hard. Should raise levies. We have 21,000 levies now, so I wouldn't expect this war to be particularly difficult. Just merge them all up like here. Oh, Luxembourg does actually have a fort though, so there will be something that we have to worry about in this war, which is sieging down that fort. I guess I didn't have to do that demand because we got +25 support, but we didn't know that was going to happen, of course. Yeah, kill this army in Ireland. That goes 6 war score. Now I guess I can just start sieging this. I can probably like split the army in 2 and have the other half make sure that we don't get sieged down. Split. And half like there. Dang, I really wish I got rights of the burgers still a little bit later, because now it's going to be mostly useless, because it only gives 0.05. Huh. Yeah, that's not too great. I guess we need to pick up between... I'm going to pick up strength and rights of the burgers. This will give me more trade efficiency, as well as monthly progress towards plutocracy, which... Monthly progress towards plutocracy... Oh, jeez. We don't have 100 Diplo, so we're not going to be able to get higher than we were before, unfortunately. So maybe I just give up on encouraging plutocracy, at least for now, and just put this guy back on, like, we already have someone on increasing control, so what even is good for this guy to do? There's a reduced war exhaustion cabinet action? How did I not realize this in my France game? Oh no, that's insane that I didn't realize that. Siege of Luxembourg is over. It took 450 days, which I think is pretty long for just a normal level 2 fort. But we don't have artillery, I guess. Maybe I should have unlocked artillery. That is province. That is a part of Luxembourg and not a part of France. Interesting. It kind of looks like that would be part of France, but apparently that's part of Luxembourg. Okay. Well, our borders are sort of done. They're done with all the weak targets. Or no, I guess technically we have this. But outside of that, pretty much everything remaining to take is a vassal of either Bohemia or France, which are not really something we can deal with. Wait, right as I say that, we could have French peasant revolt. That is a huge revolt. I don't know that there's any way we can really use this to our advantage. I mean, this is going to absolutely destroy France's proximity, but surely they win this revolt just because they have, like, latent control everywhere, whereas the revolt doesn't, right? Yeah, it says I'm stronger than the revolt, but I'm weaker than France, so I imagine that the revolt is going to lose. This is a nice event, giving 10 more progress towards capital economy, putting me at 60 progress. I should probably use a government reform slot to get the amazing government reform. Maybe I should replace this one or something. Where is it? One that gives minus inflation. Why can I not find it? Here it is. You can see minus 0.1% monthly inflation is pretty nice. I guess there's also Dutch Republic, which is quite interesting. There's just a small problem, which is that it's a major reform, meaning we can't use it because we're going to have to pick up Merchant Republic, which is much better. This is 2.5% trade efficiency, whereas Merchant Republic is 25% trade income. Trade efficiency is better than trade income, arguably, but not by that much. I'm going to accept Walloon, because I need to in order to get these places as cores. Apparently that's not all of this, though. There's a little bit of Moselle Franconian, so I guess I'll accept that culture as well. I'm just going to get to I'm at the point where I'm just going to be spamming the burgers no matter what, so that I can try to get more plutocratic. Is this actually okay to pick? 10% literacy for nobles, clergy, and burghers, and our current one gives, so that would be a reduction in peasant, it's minus 12 stabs, so I guess I'm just gonna leave it there, because I don't expect the burghers to really give me too many more stuff after that, so, unfortunately, we don't get any plutocracy this parliament. We'll need, like, let's say, like 5 more? No, we can't be needing 5 more, can we? And we need 9 more plutocracy, so I guess we do need 5 more of the options in the parliament. Or we can get some stuff from our events. I don't know. I think there's an event for having burgers in cabinet, but I have not triggered that event yet. The final plutocracy. It does give decentralization, but obviously I'm gonna take it anyway. Now I can... What? I cannot become a republic. Um, huh. I thought that was the screen where you become a republic. Well, I think I realized why I cannot become a republic. I think it's because I'm Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. Um, yeah, I need to, I need to lose the emperorship. It looks like I will lose it when my ruler dies. My ruler is only 40 years old though, so that's gonna take a while. I just got my plus 33% trade range advance, which is going to be very nice. Where's that one? That's not the right one. It should just be over this way. Yeah, plus 33% trade range from Trading Spirit. That is really nice. Let's see what our trade range can get us to in terms of markets now. We can... Huh, this doesn't feel much larger. I think Sivas I couldn't reach before, but I guess it's harder because now we can't see any markets over here in West Africa. I imagine we might actually range the Mali market, but we can't see it. That's a bit of a problem. Actually, we almost certainly must range that because we can range Sivas, right, which is pretty far inland and pretty long distance by sea. I guess actually it cuts through a lot of the sea distance by taking a land bridge through Bordeaux to Barcelona. But yeah, I imagine that's still pretty long distance by sea. So if you could see Mali, I imagine we could range it. We're of course going to be able to range a lot more once we get plus 50% trade range. Also, I guess I could put in the government reform that gives plus 20%, and there's another government reform that gives plus 10%. I should probably use both of those. Like how much food production modifiers do we really have? Would it be fine to like replace a food production modifier with one of those? We've got like plus 50% on average, I would say. Some provinces have plus 100%, some have plus 30, but I'd say average is like plus 50. So I think it's fine to remove this and replace it with this plus 20% trade range. I'm gonna start building spy networks on the Mamluks and I needed more diplomats, but I'm just gonna build spy networks on random people so I can start trying to steal their maps to get a little bit more stuff over here because I do want to see what I can have trade range on. Also over here, of course. I don't know that Mamluks actually have a vision of this though. I guess I can go send an explorer over there to try and figure out what it looks like, or not figure out what it looks like, but we just need to find the market. We can see the Arguin market, but I don't think we can trade with it like this. I think we need to actually see the market capital to be able to trade with it. Yeah. England has declared war on me again. I think this time I'm actually strong enough to fight this war, so I'm going to actually try to fight this war to like a white peace or something. I don't know how big England's navy is. Let's see. They have 77 boats. Maybe I should be worried and hide my navy. They don't have any heavy ships, seemingly, unless they're not a great power. Oh, they're not a great power, so I guess we don't know how many heavy ships they have. So, I'm gonna hide my navy, yeah, in here. Hopefully they won't bring their navy there, and we can keep our maritime presence up that way. Or stack wipe them if they have a pure transport navy. Colonial policy law, I think I will go settled colonies. Or trade colonies is also good, but I think I'm going to go settle colonies, at least initially, because plus 100% monthly colonial migration is pretty nice. Although we're actually going to lose like all of our pops to migration. We're getting landed up here in like a Groningen area. Like quite a few troops, but also not that many. I can try to stack wipe those transports. Looks like we're not stack wiping them, but we are going to kill them, hopefully. I'm surprised the transports are this strong. Oh, I guess I had all my navy in one. Yeah, it's not, like, properly balanced. That would explain why, I guess. At least partially. I'm sort of just insta-killing the English and, converting their soldiers to mine, because they're not sending big stacks for some reason. Like, in the 100 Years' War, they send big stacks, but in this war, they're just not. I can get a claim throne CB on Milan. I guess it's because I'm HRE Emperor. I don't have any interest in Milan. That is kind of funny that we can get a claim throw in CB on Milan just because we're the emperor, though. Oh, that's my fleet that I sent there. I guess I'm fine with my fleet going there. I'll try to deal with these armies down here. Okay, I actually should, or they actually have an army in Antwerp, so I should try to kill that. They actually managed to siege Antwerp. Oh, they beat my navy. Unfortunate. Yeah, that's pretty expected that they beat my navy, really, but it's not a huge problem. Nice, the plus 50% trade range tech. I guess we can now see what is our trade range looking like. We can trade to Muscovy now, or actually it's not the Muscovy market anymore, it's the Kadam market. We actually can't trade with Mecca still, which is kind of surprising. I guess going through the land is just a lot super expensive with trade, unless you have like super pushed land values and stuff, which obviously we're naval value. Actually, we're trading towards land right now. I actually have a ruler general trade is the big thing causing that, as well as having our conscripts mobilized or levies. Um, yeah, I'm surprised. Or what else? Do we get any new markets other than Constantinople? Not, no, I mean Muscovy. It's not actually Muscovy. Wait, why can I not trade with Castile? That's actually really weird that I can't trade with either of the Castilian markets. I guess they have the ban export thing on. I'm not actually trying to import gold. I'm just kind of looking at the map. This trade with Pest actually looks pretty profitable. I guess I will embrace meritocracy. Then I will temporarily put stability up while I try to get back to 0 stability. I'm actually almost out of text that I have queued up. Maybe I should do some meritocracy text real quick. Just go down for that trade efficiency. Yeah, I'm gonna go down for the trade efficiency, power projection. I think I'll leave it at that for now. And then we'll go back to Age of Discovery. Probably take this minus prox cost over maritime, plus food production. 75% iron might be pretty nice. Yeah, I think I'll take 75% iron, minus maritime presence decay, prox cost report. I'm gonna pay the English 2,000 ducats to leave me alone. I would have had to give them like war reps and stuff before. I actually was trying for a little bit, and the only thing they would accept is if I gave them Dordrecht, as well as money and stuff. So this is a little bit of a better peace deal, just giving them 2,000 ducats. Not really that bad. And I can just unraise my levies. With my explorations, I've now discovered the Mali Empire. I need to get some more explorations. I'm trying to explore more stuff to hopefully find their capital. I should do this just to clean out the map, because it's a little bit ugly having this area not explored. Yeah, I don't think there's anything big there, but something. Oh, we get the discovery of the New World. Nice. Plus 5 research progress, 20 prestige, and a little bit of money. Even though we actually haven't discovered the land part of it yet. I guess I should work on discovering some part of that, like Newfoundland, to start colonizing. Although obviously the Caribbean is better. I need to start doing a lot more explorations. It's so expensive though. Kind of funny thing here where since we have 10% trade efficiency, we're actually making a profit selling something in a market that it's cheaper in. You can see we're buying it at a market price of 5.81 and then we're selling it in a market with a price of 5.57. But because we have plutocracy, trade fairs, talented traders, and strengthened rights of the burghers, the trade is actually profitable even when you count for trade maintenance. I can now see Newfoundland. I'm going to start colonizing it. I guess I'll colonize from whatever provinces have the most pops. And I'll try to keep not grabbing 2 from the same location, or two from the same province for now. Doing all of Newfoundland shouldn't be too expensive. It's only like 5 colonies or something. Should try to open the colonial map mode. Does it show like we're starting colonies here? I think that, yeah, I guess blue probably means we have colonies started here. I wonder what the colonial range to here is. It's only 3,000, so actually can go quite a bit further than that. We spawned the Great Pestilence, but if it's actually just like contained to the Newfoundland Island, maybe the natives will survive. I don't know if it will spread once we start colonizing more. I assume so. So I assume the natives are not going to be immune just because I colonized Newfoundland first. The game claims I won the Holy Roman Emperorship election, but that doesn't make any sense because none of the electors are voting for me. Well, that's kind of unfortunate that that happened, but my next ruler doesn't have an heir, so I don't think I can win the Holy Roman Emperorship. I'm gonna form a new colonial nation. It's actually gonna spawn its capital on a pretty good natural harbor, which is nice. Might give this quite a bit of territory since it's on such a good natural harbor. It can propagate proximity pretty good. Although we have a lot of diplo capacity, so we can afford to make a lot of different colonial nations, which will be better because then they'll each have a lower trade advantage, so we can take more advantage of them. And it will also mean that they have better proximity, which means that they'll have more money and stuff. More colonies are finished. Just 2 of them, I think, just finished. Now, colonial nation is a little bit bigger. I'm just gonna name everything new and then a random Dutch city. This is New Utrecht. I will start my next colony over here in this, what is this? I'm trying to remember what this area is called. Nova Scotia. Except, what's the Scotland of the Netherlands? What's the Scotland of the Netherlands? We'll say Luxembourg is the Scotland of the Netherlands. I don't think that's very logical, but you know, it sounds true enough. It's believable. Let's send one of the pops from Luxembourg so that we can call it that reasonably-ish. New Utrecht now controls all of Newfoundland. Its tax base is like 1 ducat, but it's making good money from trade, I think. Trade income is sitting at 4.5 of trade profit, so that is pretty solid. Next colony, Nova Scotia, coming up pretty decently. We should do some more exploring down here. The Caribbean is always a good place to colonize, although it is kind of far away from where we're getting colonial range from, but I imagine we still have pretty good colonial range to there. I probably should not be trying to explore from the New World. That's probably not a good idea, but I think it'll be fine. It really won't. I should just be trying to colonize from Europe. That's probably gonna be better. I mean, start colonizing like in New York. That sounds like a good idea. Why is it like the farthest thing? I guess maybe we don't have colonial range from our area at home to explore from. I don't know. I've decided to change what I'm researching into going for printer press or printing press because I think it's going to be a very profitable industry, and also the plus 25% books output. So yeah, I really want to get the profit from that industry. Well, we got a thing in this province, but I'm gonna keep this as part of the Netherlands for now until this province finishes colonizing, and then I'll grant it to this colony because this colony has some states that actually have max natural harbors, which I'm hoping they'll make the capital. Whereas this one does not have a natural harbor, which means it would be a much worse capital. Okay, we get let's see, spawn on a good natural harbor, so we can form colonial nation. Then I want to give that to this new colonial nation, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna do some grant provincing. There's a seed province. Give you that province, and then I think it was this province that also finished. So I'll seed you that one as well. We do get some small penalties for doing it this way, and like we don't spawn the towns or whatever, but it's not a huge problem, I'd say. Oh, oops! I gave that to Utrecht, New Utrecht. I need to. That's annoying that it does that instead of giving it to these guys. I guess I kind of have to just, in the future, I guess I'll have to just, I shouldn't be seeding locations, should I? I think that might be creating some problems if I seed locations like this. But, yes, in future, if it can go to the same colonial nation, I probably should give it to that one, unless I'm going to create a colonial nation for every single province. Yeah, I think so. There's a good natural harbor here in, Manhattan. Maybe I should try and colonize that. Yeah, we'll colonize that. Just to unlock printer shops, I'm gonna mass build printer shops because, yeah, they're gonna be pretty profitable, especially once we get improved bookbinding, I think. I guess I need to select some new text to research after that. Plus 250 trade range, that's definitely gonna be important. What else will be really important? Is there anything else that's important outside of the military tree, really? Probably some good stuff to go for. Could go for like boost colonial charter or whatever. I don't think that's that impactful. I guess I'm gonna go for this -5 proximity cost to the port that I was gonna go for. And then I'll take these output modifiers to various things. +3 character life expectancy. So maybe I should only research that if I know my ruler is already dead. But +25 lumber output is actually nice. Okay, actually now that I have this colonial nation going, before this event pops, then we can actually give it to the New Luxembourg, except I actually don't know which is which. Okay, if we open this, it actually says we'll be owned by New Luxembourg, so that's good. Way to chill. I'm gonna make Manhattan into a colonial nation. That is New Amsterdam. This will start colonizing Long Island as well. I wonder how 1,500 Greeks managed to get their way into New Utrecht. Let's take a look at what are the What are the Greek pops doing here? I'm very curious about how Greek pops ended up here. Are they slaves? No, there's only 23 slaves, so that's not the answer. Yeah, the slaves are the slaves are different pops. There's Castilian slaves here? That's kind of strange. Huh. It's kind of insane how many characters it's costed me to do all this exploration. I'm like very character styled. I was at one point at one character remaining. Now I guess I have some more back. We can start exploring St. Helena, which will be pretty nice. That's going to be a big part of the map shown. Yeah, you can see that area is huge. I just finished exploring the Brazilian coast. That's nice. My burgers are so strong. I wish I could revoke their privileges, but they're 189 stability per privilege. I don't think I can afford that. Oh, my ruler died. Nice. Okay, now I should no longer be Holy Roman Emperor, right? Yep, I'm no longer Holy Roman Emperor. So I should be able to reform into a republic. Yes, I can. 50 stability and 25 legitimacy. But we are now the United Provinces of the Netherlands. And that means that I can now pick up the not Dutch Republic, Merchant Republic government reform. Oh wow, there's some other good ones here. Formalized scales, weights, and measures is really good, but I'm going to pick up Merchant Republic. Currently my trade income is 100. I feel like it isn't usually that high, but we'll see what it goes up to after I pick up Merchant Republic and wait for the effect to fully come into effect. So I guess I will be back somewhere around mid 1495 to see how that's going. I will elect this person as my ruler. They're pretty good stats. Wait, what? Did France get elected Holy Roman Emperor? There's no way France got elected Holy Roman Emperor. That's insane. They elected France Holy Roman Emperor? Um, wow. Even German court language. France does. Wait, is this my ranking? Okay, this is France's ranking. So they get it from them being a kingdom, having an alliance, a high opinion, dominant nation in the empire. Except they're not in the empire. I mean, I guess they own a little bit of imperial land. Diplomatic reputation is giving like 60. Wow. Yeah, France is the Holy Roman Emperor. Now that the Merchant Republic bonus has fully come into effect, our trade income is 235. Yep, that's gone up quite a lot. Wow, we're making a lot from selling books in Paris market. That's a insane amount of profit from a singular trade. Yeah, a big reason why it went up so much is obviously that Merchant Republic gives us a larger fraction of the trade income, but it's also the fact that we can now, or we get plus 50% trade capacity from that as well. So now we're up to a total of 110% trade capacity, which is quite large. Yeah, I'm surprised by just quite how many books we're managing to export. Wow. What's the book price in the Paris market? It's at 6.75. It's still adjusting. Yeah, it's gonna go way down. Eventually we'll just have to sell it for like base price, but we have a very low price in our market right now, so that's still pretty fine. Oh yeah, we have effective supply and demand. I forgot about these things that actually make prices stay different than the demand. Like you can see the prices actually stay this low because effective demand is way lower because I think it doesn't count buy orders from trade nearly as much. And yes, 64 of our buy orders at least are coming from trade, so price is way lower. Is it actually going to stay up like this in Paris? Yeah, sort of. I guess that's a way to make trade always profitable. Just make it so the prices don't actually approach what they should. I forgot about this as a feature. I'm going to spam as many marketplaces as I can to get even more trade capacity. I just researched this tech that unlocks Foundation of the Republic law, and there's got a lot of decent options here, sort of. Plus 5% trade capacity is kind of nice. Plus 0.1 monthly Republican tradition is also kind of nice. And plus 2.5 estate satisfaction equilibrium and 5 for the peasants is also kind of nice. I mean, we're not really paying that much in cost of court yet. We might be later once we become like a great power. Right now, our expected cost of court is incredibly low because of plutocracy plus all these techs. Our expected cost of court is only 5% roughly, which is really low, so we're barely paying anything for legitimacy right now. But we're having to invest a lot, so yeah, that would be quite expensive. I think I just take the Republican tradition. I think it's going to be best long term to make sure our cost of court doesn't balloon when we become a great power. The final explorer in my country has now been sent to go explore like the South Africa region, trying to do as much exploration as I can. Currently 1497, colonizing Cuba for the most part. I'm gonna use the parliament to change my law from feudal administration to confederal union. So give some minus proximity cost. We're not really stacking proximity cost that much in this run, but I mean it's always good to get a little bit of proximity cost. Proximity in our country is, of course, looking really solid, which does make a lot of sense because we're a very small country, so yeah, proximity can't get that expensive because there's just not that many locations to go between. Is Sweden gonna end up forming Scandinavia this game? They've taken out Denmark and expanded to Novgorod. They actually have like a decent chance of forming Scandinavia, maybe. Assuming that the AI actually will do that. I assume it will, but it might be programmed to not. I think I'm out of super important text to research in the other two institutions, so I'm gonna go into the pike and shot now. Oh, actually, there's some good stuff here. I forgot about the non-military stuff in the pike and shot tree. Pick up this minus 10% trade range used overseas. +1 government reforms. House of Parliament. I forgot about how much good stuff there was here. And then finally we can go for the military tactics. Is this new unit good? Yeah, that's good enough. Pick it up. Training fields as well. And then I think that's pretty much everything that we'll need. I guess we'll make correct section chance. Oh, this Republican power tech is actually really good. I probably should have set this higher in the queue, but I don't want to reset out everything. We can get like a cabinet seat or 20% efficiency of our cabinet or 20% crown power for some minus Republican tradition. Probably not as good as these final two, but these first two do look really good. I don't think the automated trade is doing a very good job at selling my books. I'm gonna start manually exporting books. Yeah, this seems pretty profitable. Nuremberg, London, Edinburgh, Lund. You sell books to every market on Earth. Because I think it was just selling way too much to Paris, and that's just sort of a throw. So I just sell them to every market. And this way, we should be doing a lot better, I think. Hopefully, we'll see. Looks like our trade income is staying roughly the same, but it should be a lot more stable without just having huge drops from the Paris market. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't help too much. Maybe I should de-automate more. Yeah, I'm going to de-automate more and just do a ton of book exporting to various markets. I guess I should make sure the profit is actually pretty good. Genoa, do you have good book demand? You do. Burgos? No. Okay, it seems like trying to manually sell books to people is not actually helping. Oh, it's because we have. I'm exporting way too many. Okay, I need to delete like half of those trades, apparently. And I'm trying to export way too many books. Also, some of these trades are just not profitable for some reason. Okay, I'll delete all the trades that are not profitable. Yeah. Now we should be a little bit of a better situation. Can re-automate back everything else. And hopefully our trading income will go back up. Why is it only 100? Don't worry, it'll fix itself, I'm sure. It appears that the magic AI trading has beat me, and all my trades are unprofitable. So I'm just gonna let the automated trade do everything again, and we're just gonna believe in it, even though I don't really know why it works better than me, but it just does. I have no people in my court. I'm gonna have to press this hire courtier button to get 4 characters to put into my cabinet. Yeah, I haven't had this problem before. I should probably find a better role for this guy than developing the province. Maybe I should try to find a societal value to change towards. I should probably go towards like communalism. Yeah, communalism is nice. I guess I should try to push towards communalism a little bit. Change societal value towards communalism. And then I guess I'll need some other sources if I want to go far. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Oh, strength and faith is kind of good. I just realized I should be spamming bridges. So I'm building a bunch of bridges. That'll help decrease proximity costs a little bit. We get a Dutch event, which can give us the 7 provinces government reform, which I think is pretty solid. +5 estate satisfaction equilibrium. Doesn't actually cost a government reform slot, and it gives +1 cabinet seats, although it comes at the cost of a little bit of decentralization progress, and it will give us 10 decentralization progress immediately. So that's not ideal. Okay, we finally finished the colony of Havana. Please tell me that the province capital actually became a port. Havana is not it. Marion is not it. That's not a good sign. Okay, well, it's not a zero natural harbor. Okay, unfortunate. Seed province, and then we don't have the rest colonized. I guess I could have tried to do Guantanamo. I actually forgot to colonize Guantanamo entirely. Okay, well, yeah, we've got a little Havana colony here. I guess I should name this, what should we name Havana after? I'll name Havana after, I'll say their name is New Brussels. That seems reasonable. I want to leave New Belgium for Mexico if we conquer it. I think France just added their whole country to the HRE. Um, Not their whole country, but they added a bunch of it. Seems like the Great Pestilence didn't actually kill that many people. They, yeah, ended up still having more people than they started the game with here in Maya. That's quite surprising. I mean, I guess it's still going, but it looks like it's already killed a lot of people, and I can't see it having any effect in these locations, so I assume that it's pretty much over. Did they make the Great Pestilence not as strong as it should be? Or maybe it takes longer than I thought to actually end up killing people, but the population looks to be increasing, so I doubt that. Or make Jamaica into a separate colonial nation. We need a small city for Jamaica. New Limburg. Yeah, that's like a personal union they ended up having in the German Confederation. That sounds like Jamaica. Oh yeah, New Limburg. Yes, yes, yes. New colonial nation in Hispaniola. What should we name this one after? Hmm. Let's take a look at our resources. Is there like any? Let's see. Like, what's a resource in this area that we could maybe have at home? The capital's fish. Like, what's a fish producing province in the Netherlands? We can maybe base it off of that. New Leiden. Yeah, we can call it New Leiden. That seems reasonable. Except it's not coastal, yeah, it's not coastal, but that doesn't matter. You get precious metal distribution law. I'm gonna pick up regulated export because the trade efficiency is gonna be pretty good. Nice, we get minus 10% trade range used overseas. That should be a pretty big buff to our trade range. I mean, I don't know what markets we actually can see that we wouldn't have been able to trade with before. Oh, we can trade with this market now. That's pretty far away. Yeah, we can trade with the Adon market. I think pretty soon we're going to start seeing South African markets. I am currently exploring actual South Africa. I guess we have this like western part of South Africa we can start colonizing now. You can see there's super low population of people here, like literally hundreds of people in these locations. It's insane how unpopulated South Africa is until you get to like the northeast part of it. That part actually has pops. I think Golden Horde expanded north. Am I going crazy, or did Golden Horde actually expand north? Oh, yeah, they did. You can see some conquered land here. But it's not as much as I thought, unless they already integrated a lot of it, which I think they might have done, because I feel like they're way more north than I'm used to. But maybe I'm just going crazy. Maybe they did just conquer these few locations. But yeah, they look really far north. Oh, I've now actually properly discovered South Africa, so I can start colonizing South Africa some more. I don't know if I'll do a colonial nation down here. The thing with the colonial nations I realized is that I can't actually build trade offices in them seemingly because they have pops of my culture, and that means that I can't build trade offices because nonsense. It says, cannot build a trade office because there are already low Franconian burghers, which is kind of not really making much sense to me, but I don't know. Unless if I build marketplaces in them, do I get the trade capacity from that? Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do for colonial nations. I don't know if I will get the trade capacity from this. I guess we will see. We get the what's it called? Treaty of Dordrecht event here. Except I don't really like the Treaty of Dordrecht very much. Well actually it's giving me quite a lot, but it's giving England some stuff, so I don't know if I can agree with this treaty. Yeah, it's giving them South Africa, so I don't know that I can let that happen. I think we might need to be going Protestant soon. Apparently there's no valid religions available. I guess I can't go Protestant yet. seemingly hasn't spawned yet. Oh, the Lutheran Reformation has started. Is it starting in my country? Martin Luther is moving to the United Provinces of the Netherlands? It is. Okay. Well, I should probably go Lutheran then, because I don't want to have to deal with the Treaty of Dordrecht. So I'm just gonna go Lutheran, and that way we don't have to deal with the Treaty of Dordrecht trying to stop me from colonizing South Africa or whatever. Okay, actually it looks like building marketplaces abroad in our subjects does give us trade capacity, so I guess that's what I need to do. Just spam marketplaces in all my subjects, wherever I can. It's like that subject already has all the marketplaces I can build, but I'll build marketplaces in my other subjects so I can start getting trade capacity in the new world. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Start getting some trade capacity going over here so we can send the stuff back to the new world or to the old world and stuff. Might want to start trying to colonize into Mexico, although we're gonna need to do a lot more exploring before we can do that really. Because yeah, it's we can't really see much of Mexico right now. I'm basically just gonna explore like everything that the game will let me explore. It's gonna cost a lot of money, but I have a lot of money, so that should be fine. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty expensive. I'm probably gonna have to press recruit explorer a lot. I spent around 20,000 recruiting explorers. I'm now exploring a bunch. Not actually everything, but a good amount of stuff is exploring. I don't know why it's saying that this stuff is going to start exploring in 1946. That doesn't quite seem reasonable. I guess some of these explorers are, yeah, they're missing naval supplies. So I should just dedicate a little bit of my trade capacity in Antwerpen to exporting naval supplies, I guess, over to that market. Naval supplies. Export just a bit to this market. Oh, we don't actually have a pathway to that market discovered. I need to discover this sea zone. Lots of Lutheran preachers are getting built in our country, which is nice. That'll help spread Lutheranism throughout our country. Utrecht is already Lutheran. I don't know why it's not showing on that. If we hover the province, it shows 100% Catholic, but here we can see it's 53% Lutheran. France decided to add even more of their country to the HRE. Wow, they're getting a ton from dynastic power. New election, we got some really good choices for ruler, but the bottom one is obviously the best one. 96, 89, 90 are some really good stats. Kind of funny that the burghers want tax exemption so much, they'll give me over 100 parliament support if I gave it to them. I'm definitely not going to give it to them though. Well, I got an extra government reform. Now we can pick up 10% tax efficiency, minus 0.1 monthly inflation, or we can pick up plus 10 trade range. I mean, like, all of those are pretty solid. Um, I think I'm gonna take the tax efficiency and minus state enrichment. I think this is a unique government reform for the Dutch, so I'll take it. I think I am gonna create a colonial nation down here in South Africa. Yeah, I'll grant it the two provinces that I already colonized, but I didn't want to get into colonial nations because I knew I was gonna make this one the colonial nation. I need to do that other one as well. That one is finished colonizing. But these other ones I'm pretty sure are not finished colonizing yet. Or no, this one actually is. Remember that? Yeah, so this is, what do we call, what's the equivalent of South Africa in the Netherlands? I don't know. We can call it New Geller. I'm just, you know, we can just make up random cities. It doesn't really matter that much. New Geller. Wow, my market has such expensive lumber. We're running like some of our buildings are not building because we're out of lumber. Maybe I should take a little bit more trade capacity manual and then try and use this to import lumber. I need to import some lumber from the French because yeah, we're actually having huge problems with a lack of lumber. Like the French have a little bit of lumber. We're demanding all of their lumber now. And yeah, that's going to be good to hopefully solve my lumber issues at least a little bit. And then I can put more on automation. Or no, sorry, using it all. Oh, I explored the Western Caribbean. I should take a little bit off of automation real quick so I can start exporting naval supplies. Need to start exporting naval supplies over here. Naval supplies, export to here. Wait, it's doing 0 naval supplies? That's not a very good trade. I need a little bit more naval supplies than 0. Now I've got a little bit of trade capacity I can use. So I should find this market. Uh, this market. Increase trade capacity. We cannot create a trade route with no trade capacity assigned to it. What? I'm so confused. If I do this? Okay, that way I can export some naval supplies. I have started so many explorers. We got one that's currently stalled. Guang. What's that province? I cannot find where it is. I don't know where that is located. I assume it's probably in the stack. No, that's not it. Where is it? It's probably in this island. I need liquor for these guys. They need liquor. They need a lot of stuff. I wish the game would just automatically try to import that stuff, but looks like it's not gonna do that. So I'm gonna need to try and export it manually. I think I put way too much on the naval supplies export. I don't think I need actually that much. Yeah, I should massively reduce that naval supplies route, and then I should start exporting a little bit of other stuff. I only need like what 5 trade capacity, maybe 6 trade capacity on this. Okay, I misunderstood. I actually don't get marketplaces in my I don't get trade capacity from building marketplaces in my subjects, I think. What I actually get is a third of the trade capacity of all of my subjects. You can see 1/3 is going to the Netherlands. Or not actually a third, 33%, but that's basically a third. And so that's how we actually get our trade capacity. That's not quite as good as I thought, but I mean, a third of the trade capacity is still pretty decent. Is it actually not using not using this trade capacity of 1.75 for anything? Dang. Only I could import some slaves. We can't, can we actually not range Arguin and stuff from here? That seems surprising. Oh, I guess the market's actually pretty inland. I didn't consider that. Can I import slaves from here then, maybe? I don't have any market or trade capacity. Let's get some trade capacity, then find the Benin market. Or I guess I need to reopen the market thing now. Don't have any trade capacity left. What? I guess I need to give it a month tick maybe. Oh, I see my first English colonial nation here. Now sit 36,000 pops. Pretty small colonial nation. I guess it's bigger than New Amsterdam actually. Unfortunate that the English managed to get a colony going there. It's got way lower tax base than New Amsterdam does. New Utrecht and New Luxembourg are, of course, much, much bigger. I don't know where else they're colonizing. I know they're colonizing a bit down here in Africa, which does take a lot of pops, because these states just have so many pops in them, so you have to invest a lot of pops into these colonies for them to actually take over the provinces. Oh, my exploration of Eastern Canada is finished. I guess I should start colonizing Eastern Canada. Yeah, that's probably going to be a decent place to colonize. I'm spending so much on colonies and exploration and stuff, I'm barely turning a profit, even though I have such a good income. Also, stability is, of course, costing me a lot of money. I don't actually remember how I got into this much negative stability, but we're going to get out of it. I think once I get into the positives, I do want to replace plutocratic ethos, because, I mean, legislative efficiency is nice if we want to do a lot of conquest, but that's not really what I'm doing in this game, so I probably want to place that with something like a trade office network that gives +10 trade range would be good, or actually fixed vassal obligations, probably for +15 loyalty of subjects is what I want to do next, because colonial nations, like, it's barely possible to get them above 50 loyalty. That +15 will make it so much easier. You can see, like, all my colonies would be loyal if I had +15. Right now, only one is loyal. I just got the upgrade to marketplaces. Merchant quarters, I'm going to start spamming these. I should have probably got this a little bit earlier, but yeah, it's going to be good to upgrade all my marketplaces into merchant quarters. It's effectively just 1.5 times the amount of trade capacity and trade advantage, as well as apparently +1% pop assimilation speed. I'm building a bunch of counting houses. We're going to see how much this impacts my control or my crown power. It's at 966.98 from pops right now. We'll see if that goes up on like the next month tick, because I did just build up a bunch of counting houses, so you think it would go up like a noticeable amount to like at least 1,000, right? Let's see what happens on the month tick. Okay, it goes up to 1,017. Maybe not as high as I would have expected, but that is a jump that I can believe is actually something. Ozita, where is this location? Florida. I mean, we could destroy New Amsterdam, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to create a new colony. Yeah, this is Tampa, so this is going to have a good natural harbor as its capital, probably. Although I did kind of want to do this one. Yeah, that's the province capital of that. So I'm gonna leave this as part of the Netherlands for now. And then once this colony finishes, I will grant it Tampa. I just got the colony going here. I'm gonna name this one New Groningen because I think Friesland is kind of the Florida of what's it called, the Netherlands. I have absolutely no basis for this, but I'm just going to assert that this is the truth, and yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. Wait, what? Being the origin for a colonial charter gives so much dev. Wait, did I just get decked on by France? What? No, I didn't get decked on by France. I just got a rebellion. Okay. Yeah, I'll just quickly deal with this rebellion. But that's insane how much development you get from sending out colonies from that location. So I think that's what it means, right? This isn't being like a place that is getting colonized and it's like accidentally applying, surely, right? Yeah, I don't think so, because those places don't seem to be getting any development. Does that mean I'm not sending out any colonies from Holland right now? Because here also getting that dev boost? No, it's just Antwerpen. Huh. That's interesting that it's just Antwerp. Is there any location in South Holland that's getting it then? I guess I should check the whole state. Or probably only the coastal ones, right? Surely it would be on the coast if it was happening. Okay, it appears to not be happening. Oh no, it's happening in Leiden. Even though that's not a coastal province, apparently it's still happening there. Okay, well that's an interesting development boost. Yeah, Antwerp has so much dev from that. Oh nice, I just got the Madagascar Sea. That's a big sea. Yeah, now I can go for the Indian South Equatorial Sea. That's even bigger. I'm just setting out a bunch of explorations from South Africa. We really lack resources in South Africa though, so I'm spending a lot of my trade capacity trying to export things here, but I think it's worth it so I can start exploring my way to India. There is actually an event for the Dutch to get claims on Sri Lanka, what's called Ceylon, but it's now Sri Lanka today. I'm going to replace plutocratic ethos with fixed vassal obligations. That'll reduce my stability. I'm going to stop spending on stability anymore, but now we will actually have loyal subjects finally. Once that starts kicking into effect, our subjects will be over 50 loyalty finally. Update 1.0.5 just released, and it made trade route maintenance 10 times larger than before. It went from being essentially irrelevant to being quite important. You can see the maintenance on this trade route is 2.6, which is a pretty significant portion of its 21 total profit. So yeah, that's a big fraction of money that we're losing out on compared to before. Yeah, this trade route's like barely making any money now because it's paying so much to trade route maintenance. Well, actually, it's only losing like a third of its value from that, but that's still pretty big. I don't know if this will change which trade routes our trade decides to do, but I think that was a decently big drop in our income from trade. I feel like it was, yeah, a bit higher. Looks like trade automation is changing our trades up a little bit, or maybe it just got lucky that tick where it was a bit higher. I don't know. Oh, we can see building maintenance icon got changed in the new update as well. Also, you can decide whether you want to pay for food or not. Wow, this food slider is expensive. Um, wow. Why is it so expensive? I feel like I wasn't paying anything for food before, but apparently now I'm paying insane amount for food. I mean, I guess it's not that bad, but yeah, in total we're losing like 100 from food. Wow. I'm going to mass build irrigation to try to get my food costs down. Build up like as much irrigation as I possibly can, because this increases food production by like 5% per level. It's not really going to be too useful. Actually, that's a rural settlement. I was thinking that was Dordrecht, but it's not. So that'll be useful. Each of these gives like plus 5% food production. So we should be able to get a lot more food that way, and hopefully stop spending a bunch of our money on food. Well, it's not exactly an ideal capital, but I guess I'll have to form the colonial nation there, because the rest of it wasn't working. And then I'll just have to seed province this on like all of this stuff that I've colonized already in Canada region. Lots of provinces to seed. I think I might, no, that one is finished, and that one isn't though. Okay. It's bordering a good natural harbor, but it's inland, so yeah, that's not ideal. Oh wait, what? The capital actually did become a good natural harbor. Okay. Well, I did not expect that. Maybe I should have spawned the colonial. Wait, this is a province capital now? I wish I would have made that the capital, because that would have been an amazing natural harbor. But anyway, it's gonna have decent proximity, because yeah, it's on the good natural harbor. And yeah, this is a pretty good sea province, actually. Yeah, that's pretty good proximity. I'm gonna name this one New Emden. Emden is like in the very northeast of our country. So that's kind of like Canada. New Emden. New Emden. Change name. I tried turning off the food slider and it doesn't seem to be having any problems. We're gonna see what happens. Obviously if our pup starts starving, then I'll have to change it back up. But seems like it might be fine to just not pay for food, which would make sense because I wasn't paying for food before the update. So it'd be weird if the update somehow made me have to pay for food all of a sudden. My ruler died. I gotta get a new one. 91, 66, 98, 85, 59, 79, 96, 71, 89. I guess I'll take this top one. What's this province? Quebec. I want to give it to Statacoma then, right? Austria's offered me an alliance. I'll definitely accept that. Oh yeah, it's that. We'll give that to Statacoma. I can see the outline of India now. Can I can I explore that? Do I not have the range? I can explore Western Australia, but I don't know if I can explore into India, or into like the India area yet. I might not have the range. I can explore Indian Monsoon area, which is right by. Um, oh, Deccan Sea, there it is. Okay, just need one more explorer for the Deccan Sea. That's going to be very nice, giving me the ability to see India. Well, not really. We'll be able to see the coastline of India, but we won't really be able to see it. And then we can probably explore Sri Lanka, and then in 1550 we can get claims on it if we have it explored. My trade income is sort of coming back now because I've unlocked peppers, or chilies. We're importing a bunch of chilies to Europe now. Uh, I assume... Where are we actually getting these chilies from that are coming into Europe, I wonder? Bruges. Chile. Are we importing them? Ordering from the Maya. Nice. How much chili do the Maya have? Yeah, the Maya have a lot of chili, so their price is really low, whereas in Europe, I imagine, yeah, the price is quite high. Our market has one of the lowest in Europe, and it's 5.65. Of course, from there, if we wanted to export to the rest of Europe, we'd have to get a little bit more supply, I guess, in our market, which means we need a bigger import route. Balance is looking really good, plus 640 ducats. We can now explore Ceylon. Nice. That'll be a thing we can get claims on in 1550, and then we can start getting our first little bit of Asia colonized. I guess I should also like explore some of these other islands so we can colonize them, like the Maldives and stuff. Yeah. Maldives area. Wait, what? New Utrecht annexed my other colonial nation? What? I'm so confused. Okay, it is what it is. I got 50 religious unity, so now I can pick up a religious aspect. I actually don't know which one I'm going to want to go first, because I don't really need prox cost that badly. It's still nice, so I might pick it up, but I'm going to look through and see if we can find any, like, trade efficiency modifiers or something. I mean, plus 10 max literacy might even be better than, what's it called? Getting minus 5 prox cost here. Also, minus 5 war score cost might be nice for conquering the Maya. I'm really not sure what to pick up here. Minus 5 war score cost would be sort of nice, but I think it's really not that important. I'll just take the max literacy, I guess. Age of Reformation. They made Diplo ideas even better, or diplomatic focus in this age even better because it has a minus 10% trade maintenance, and that effect has effectively been made 10 times stronger by this update making trade maintenance 10 times as large. It's now a really big source of negative money, so getting rid of 10% of it is going to be pretty nice. I wonder if I'm able to spawn the institutions. Looks like I might not be able to spawn global trade, or maybe I'm just not a big enough city. Yeah, actually I'm probably not a big enough city to show up on the list. This place has a 4,000 total literacy. This place has 133,000 pops. Yeah, we have no location anywhere near that pop, so I assume that's why we don't show up on the list. Looks like I am, maybe? No, that's Ghent. Is there any locations that are actually in me here? These locations are around my pop, so maybe I can't actually spawn confessionalism. That seems... Am I not 25 towards spiritualist? Oh, I'm not. I'm barely not 25 towards spiritualist. Yo, game, can you please give me some spiritualist? No. Okay, unfortunate. Yeah, we're not going to spawn confessionalism, but I think I'll spawn global trade, right? Um, oh, I need the capital to be city location rank. Dang, I'm actually not going to spawn global trade either. Or no, I can spawn in Antwerpen, I think, right? Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, my Antwerp is the market center, so I think I should have spawned in Antwerp. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go trade in my native policy just because I want to get that monthly progress towards free trade. Free trade is a pretty good societal value, I think. Yeah, if we look at free trade, which we're actually going to go pretty good this run because we're only going to have one market center, I think. We can see that this gives extra trade advantage, trade efficiency, and burger trade capacity. Burger trade capacity is not very useful, and the minus market protection is also not very useful. But what is useful is 2.5 trade efficiency, whereas mercantilism, which is kind of what you're forced to go if you get big, you get minus trade efficiency. Although actually you do get minus trade maintenance, which is actually important now. So mercantilism probably got a lot better this update, but I do think free trade is probably still better with that 2.5 trade efficiency. Oh, before confessionalism spawn, we can get +5 progress towards spiritualist, which I think means I might be a valid target for spawning confessionalism now. I'm not one of the locations shown here, but maybe it will spawn in me. Maybe. I can't think of any criteria we'd be missing. Huh. Hopefully we can spawn confessionalism. Artillery institution just spawned, so I'm going to move this guy that was increasing control onto promoting institution in Antwerp. Give him a high admin character, and yeah, that should be pretty nice, giving us some good institution growth for artillery, because otherwise it would take a pretty good time to get here, but with this, we can get it in like 8 years, even assuming that this percents don't apply, but I'm pretty sure they do, so it's going to take less than 8 years. Confessionalism spawned right on my border. Let's see if we can actually, if we get the, like, could have spawned the institution thing. It looks like we're not getting that. Huh. Kind of surprising. I really thought we were going to get that, but apparently we can't. I don't know what criteria I'm missing. Okay, yeah, Antwerp could spawn global trade. Good to see. Well, my navy isn't big enough to stop the pirates. I need a bigger navy, clearly. Yeah. Caravels? I think these are the good lightship now. I should spam some caravels to get my maritime presence back up. That'll be good. Yeah. Spam some caravels. Another election. Pick this person because they got the best stats. I don't want to lose research progress. I can see Ceylon now. You can see Hosiala controls it. They're a very big country, almost 8 million pops. That's going to be tough to conquer. I'm probably going to need to research the artillery miltex to stand a chance against them, which actually might be a problem because in 1550 we're going to get we could get the claim as early as 1550. It could be later technically. It depends on when we get the event, which it's a monthly chance, so it could be later. But I guess we need to rush Miltex, because, yeah, I want to fight Hosiala to take Ceylon, probably. That'll be a nice little place to conquer. I wonder how close we are to getting our, like, global trade institution embraced. Yeah, it looks like it's not spreaded too well so far. I can now embrace global trade. Very nice. I'm gonna remove whatever I was using. Send people to colonies, not important. Go for this -10 trade maintenance. Amazing. I love minus trade maintenance. Because trade maintenance is so expensive. I'm gonna go down to this plus 25% trade range. I think I might end up focusing artillery research stuff instead. But for now, I'm gonna go for that. I should probably build like all the monthly manpower buildings I can. Yeah, I should, because I'm kind of wanting to... We want to fight maybe France soon, and also maybe Hosiala soon, so getting a lot of manpower will be nice. Also, I wonder, like, can I really recruit troops down here in New Gelre? No, not really. We need, like, we need to build armories down there if we want to build units there. If I build armories down there, it's probably just going to bankrupt them. Why does it show that there's one armory there? That doesn't make any sense. There definitely isn't an armory there. I can build an armory in like 3 locations of theirs, but they just don't have towns in any of the rest. Because they need 5,000 pops to make them into towns. Dang. Oh, did they nerf expand road network to only give 5 progress towards centralization? I think they did. Dang, that's an unfortunate nerf. Oh, since France is naval hegemon, they're forcing me to embargo England. That's not very nice. I think I need to go steal naval hegemon from the French real quick. Yeah, we'll steal naval hegemon from the France. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So I need to build one more. And that should get me ahead of France in terms of naval hegemon, except I actually need 55. So I guess I need to build like 6 in each tile to get ahead of them by enough to become naval hegemon. And then with that, I should be naval hegemon, and that'll be very nice. Getting kind of close to passing like France in tax space. I wonder if I have a bigger income than them. We're apparently much weaker than them, which does make sense. But in terms of income, we actually are beating them in income now. Nice. I can embrace artillery now. That's good. I think actually after this trade maintenance tech, I'm gonna go for the artillery stuff because I want to get a good army going. I kind of hate this new zooming feature of the techs. Which techs do I want to go for? Pikeman. Oh, this is an interesting Dutch specific tech. 10 combat speed, 5 correct section, and a unit. Unit just has higher initiative than normal. I should go for that though, because it's on the pathway with Mauritian infantry anyway. So it'll be good. Then from there, probably take the barracks. This plus 10 army morale. And then from there we can probably go back to getting our plus 25 trade range. Global trade giving a minus 10% trade maintenance. I think that'll actually, yeah, that's 40 ducats extra trade income I think I just made from that. Assuming that that actually stays. That's the power of minus trade maintenance right there. Quite an important modifier. No, maybe it's not. We don't really know. Oh, it's back up though, so maybe it is. I don't know. It's not exactly 100% clear. I will embrace confessionalism, which puts me in some negative stab. I can just go invest in stab for a little bit and be fine. I don't know once we're done doing those mill techs if I want to go back into this stuff or if I would want to, if I'd be better off going for like Supreme Court and stuff. There's also administrative principles here, which gives their minus 5 procs cost, but I guess I don't really need procs cost that much. Also like plus 5 literacy. But I think I'll leave this stuff till after we get the trade range. Wow, I have trade range all the way to India? That's kind of crazy. I can actually trade range India now. I'm gonna try to import some slaves from the Benin market. We'll see if we can actually get any slaves over here, because that would be good for like plantations and stuff to get slaves. But it does seem like generally moving slaves is really slow, so I'm not sure how well that will go. Also, we need to hope that they have good religions, because if the slaves they're taking are Catholic, then we actually can't use them apparently. We have to hope that they take like Sunni slaves or some other religion. Like these guys are Isa, so they have like a huge population of Odinala that could potentially become slaves. Well, I just realized my tax base has been going up like crazy recently. I guess I did start automating buildings. I wonder if that's why my tax base has gone up so much as of recently. Well, Bulgaria has achieved its dream of owning Constantinople, except Romania owns all the stuff around Constantinople. Huh, that's kind of cursed. Albania owns Thessaloniki. What in the world is this Balkans? We get the event for claims on Ceylon. Why does this cost 7.3 stability? That's a odd number. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll take it. And oh, this is screen cut a lot bigger. You can actually, it's much more obvious that this is how you choose a CB now. Vijayanagar is apparently in a union with them. So their strength is a lot larger than mine. But we have a larger naval strength. So we might just put to occupy the island and win. But before I do that, I do want to actually build up my army. Also, apparently my navy is too big. Can I get like a bunch of naval levies? No, I can get 0 naval levies, so maybe I should delete some of the caravels in here so I can get some transport ships going, because yeah, that's not ideal. Yeah, since I can't become naval hegemon anyway because of the fact that I'm not a great power, as it turns out, I'm just gonna take the Caracs, or what are they called? I thought they were Caracs. And then I'm gonna split them off into a separate thing. Is it the caravels? I mean, yeah, caravels. What? Can you actually just not search here? Okay, I'm gonna select 30 of the heavy ships and then disband. And hopefully that way I can actually get some good monthly sailors to build up some cogs. And then I can use the cogs to transport over a decent amount of sailors. I shouldn't need that many because I assume they won't keep that many troops on Ceylon itself. But I should get a good amount so that we're prepared to land into like a 20k stack or whatever. I don't know exactly how many troops Hosiala has. They have 32,000 manpower, 8,000 regulars. So yeah, we should be able to land it fairly easily. Got our Mauritians unit here. I'm gonna start making a bunch of these. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna use all my manpower. I should actually use the experience. Yeah, let's get the plus experience. And I'm just gonna put 2 in each tile because it'll be a lot faster that way. Yeah, that'll be useful with the fact that we're getting the plus experience. It's a little bit annoying that you can't do this automatically. I've got enough transports to bring 12,000 troops. I split off the light ships so they would stay here and keep maritime presence up while I bring over my troops on boat. I'm gonna first bring them over to here because we should be able to reach that a little bit easier. Why is it not actually shipping them over? Okay, I don't know why it's not. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna sit here, get our ships back up to 100% strength, hopefully, then go to South Africa, then from there we can go to India. Actually, most of the ships still have very high, what's it called? Strength, so I think I can afford to go to straight to South Africa and not repair. Yeah. Fun fact, you have to ask for food access from your colonial nations or else you'll just starve in their territory. So, yeah, don't make a mistake like that and have your... Why are my troops dying? I have food. Don't attrition me. Don't attrition me, please. Please, game, stop giving me attrition. I just want to invade Ceylon. Is that too much to ask for? My troop quantities are still going down. Okay, that's not very nice. I'm actually so confused why they're going down. Do they have a disease? Is there a way I can check if they have a disease? I don't understand. Oh, yep, disease presence. They're getting malaria or something, probably. Yep, they have malaria. That would explain why they're dying. That's, not very good. Okay. I guess I need to get back in the water before my troops just die of malaria. Okay, that's yeah, that's not good. South Africa is so useless if you get malaria there. Okay, I guess I'm decking Hosiala for claims on province. They're outside of my diplomatic range. I just can't declare war on them? What? Oh wow, they're way outside of my diplomatic range. Dang, that's really unfortunate. That's actually quite annoying that you just have that like big diplo range and you can't really do anything to... Yeah, I just can't really war those guys because they're not in my diplo range. I guess I have to colonize something, but none of the stuff around them is really... Yeah, none of the stuff around them is really colonizable. This is a subject of Vijayanagar? Like, what am I supposed to do about that? I can't deck them, I'm pretty sure, right? So, maybe I can deck them? No. Cannot send a diplomat to Mozambique? Why does it think I need to send a diplomat to Mozambique? Well, I really planned for fighting this war, but apparently I just can't. Yeah, I guess we'll have to do some more, like, hopping around Africa to get to India. That feels a little bit weird, but, I think I'll start building a spy network on Mutapa, because I might be able to use my army to fight them, although the malaria is going to make that a little bit tricky. Oh, they're experiencing attrition for being at sea? Okay, I guess I have to put them on land and just hope that they'll survive the malaria. Eventually they'll get disease resistance or whatever from it, right? And then they'll be fine, but that's going to take forever. After this merchant company's tech, I'm going to take a quick pit stop for the plus 33% diplomatic range tech, because I actually really need diplo range. And then after I pick up this trade range, I'm also going to pick up this diplo range. And then maybe with all those diplo range modifiers, I'll have enough to finally reach Hosiala. But my CB will have expired, but we can just use a different CB. I'm sure Ceylon can't be that much war score, right? Right. It's gonna be a lot of war score, but it'll be fine. The speed institutions spread to Asia is kind of insane. Like, India already has confessionalism, global trade, and artillery, and it's only 1560. Well, maybe they haven't embraced it, but, like, they at least have it in big parts of southern India. Oh, we get a 2.5% trade efficiency modifier for 10 years? That is nice. Trade income's doing pretty good. 711, 680. Somewhere around that range of, like, high 600, low 700s. Oh, we got another 200 trade range. That'll help out as well. And then we're getting close to their minus 10 trade maintenance. That'll be very nice. Negative 10% trade maintenance. That should make my trades quite a bit more profitable. I just got another regency. So I should get an election soon, right? I imagine. Yeah, we get an election. Good admin is what we're looking out for. There's not really anyone with amazing admin here. So I guess I'll pick up this bottom character. I'm surprised that trade maintenance modifier is not increasing our trade income that much. I mean, I guess we're making like 900 profit or 800 profit, which is pretty solid, but not as much as I was expecting, sort of. They're going to get another 25% trade range, which will be nice for making our trade revenue a little bit bigger, because that'll mean we can trade with more markets, although we can already trade with almost every market. That will also mean that we can actually, it'll reduce the trade capacity cost for closer markets, I believe. Also, the 25% diplomatic range might barely make me in range for someone like Hosiala, because we're only around 300 away now that I colonized East Madagascar. I'm starting to explore Indonesia. Just did Sumatra. I've also done Java and Celebes. So I guess I want to do Borneo. And yeah, that'll be a pretty good place to, or pretty good amount of exploration. Slowly exploring out more and more of the map. By like 1600, we're going to have like all of Asia explored, I think. Or all of coastal Asia, because exploring inland is not really possible right now. I just recently got the plus 25% trade range. Seems like that made our income go from like 720 or so to like 750 on average. It varies a little bit. It was like 760, now it's 735, now it's 770. But overall, it's a decent increase. I'm going to build as many barracks as I can. Wait, why can I not build barracks here? I need to accept or primary the culture? Okay. Well, yeah, I need to build as many barracks as I can, because I want to actually have a strong standing army to be able to take, like, Flanders from France. That'll be, like, an expansion I want to do. I assume building up all these barracks should... Yeah, this looks like it should over double my manpower, right? We're cute. Yeah, we're queuing up 35. Oh, I should also build up training field, I think. Yeah, we can't queue up much more of those, but it'll help out a little bit. East Madagascar, I don't want to make that into a colonial nation for now. I can only queue up one more training field. I guess I should accept Picard culture so that I can now build up barracks there as well. Yeah, might as well get a couple more barracks and click all the things. Okay, yeah, that's every state that I can build it up in. I researched slave centers. Now, I'm not actually sure if we can build these in, or if these will actually help us with slaves, but I hope so. I'm going to try to build up some slave centers over here, and hopefully these will help me out with getting some slaves over to the New World, because I do want to get some slaves over here. If you look at the slaves map mode, you can see that there's extremely few slaves. Actually, we have a couple here. 888 isn't 0. Oh, wait, there's even more here. 1006. Wait, why is the pop map, why does it look like this? There's 888 here. That's not that far off of 1000. I don't know. Oh, there's also 1000 here. Yeah, it's getting a little bit of pops, but would be hoping for more. So hopefully building up those slave centers will help out a little bit. Oh, what? There's 20,000 in some locations over here in Mexico. I guess I'm gonna research trade companies. I've heard that they don't work super well, but this subject type does seem quite interesting. It gets plus 1% trade efficiency, but also we get 50% of its income. That's insane. That's so much of its income. Also, the subject impact on Overlord is insanely low. After that, I should pick up this minus 10 trade maintenance, and then I should probably go down to like the Supreme Court and the plus 10 trade capacity, stuff like that. 10 trade tax efficiency, good stuff. I'm so barely not ranging Hosiala. I'm literally half by 16 range. I got back up to 50 religious influence. I guess I'll pick up justified conflicts next. That'll make it a little bit easier if we try to conquer Sri Lanka or anything. I just unlocked Celibus as a place I can see, so I'm going to fabricate a CB on Bone. Then I guess I can go with whichever party has most high tax base. I cannot threaten war. I'm not a great power, right? That makes sense. I don't know what the war score cost for these guys is, because I'm going to declare war on them. Oh, it's actually quite high. Yeah, that's unfortunate that we can't threaten war. We're not going to take too much of their country, but we can at least get a little bit of a foothold over here. Like, how much of their country is a 100 war score going to be? Actually, a kind of decent amount. Maybe they own stuff on other islands, because I feel like they shouldn't be 300%, because also you got to consider forts. No way their country is 300% war score, right? Because we can take them like this once we take the forts. So I'm going to grab my 6,000 troops, put them back on the Navy. Oh, the Navy isn't actually fully recovered, but it will be fine. You can just bring the troops over to the Celeb area. Or ideally, I should probably make a little bit of a stop over here in East Madagascar, just to make sure attrition doesn't get too bad. Also, I guess have a general. I guess I should actually stop here, because I think my troops might actually be able to recover here, since this is Dutch territory. I think my troops have a chance at actually being able to reinforce, as well as the Navy, and then we'll have a bit of a better shot. I think they didn't have 6,700 before. I think it was like 6,000. We'll see next month tick. 6,007. Yeah, we're recovering our troops. That's good to see. Okay, I think I'm good to go. My lowest strength ships are 70%. So I will remerge, go on the ship, and I will try to land into Celibus. Let's probably try to land just the capital area. Some of my other explorations in the region have completed. Like we can see Sunda on Java, Brunei. Can I see any spices, like cloves yet? Looks like not really. I think that they are like gonna be in this chain of islands or this one. Apparently they get like plus 500% cloves output or something, which is an insane modifier. I lost one ship. Okay, that's not great, but it's fine-ish. I need to land my ships, or I need to land my troops, and then make the Navy go back home as fast as possible. Like half the ships might die. No, probably not. It'll probably be fine, but some of them are kind of close to dying. I don't know if maybe occupying this would make them be fine here. I think it might, but I don't know if I want to risk that. We'll just occupy this and go from there. Okay, I got that. Now I have food in this army. I guess I'll go for this lower down fort, because that is adjacent. Okay, we're in a battle. I think my pro army should let me win a battle where I'm outnumbered 2-1. Yeah, they made pro armies really good this patch, so you can see we're losing like 10x less than what they're losing. So this battle should not be too hard. Yep, we lost 600 to 8,000. That seems like a fair deal. How's my navy doing? Oh, it's only there and it lost 4 ships? It might not make it back with a very significant amount of ships. I think I'm gonna try assaulting. I don't know how good this will go. Oh, that was maybe a little bit too risky. We're down to only 4,000 troops now. But we can occupy the entirety of the Wargle region now, which is something. With that, we'll really start getting a good amount of war score going. I just unlocked a government reform. I think actually I'll pick up bank ledger system. I don't think the monthly inflation was enough, but now that trade maintenance is actually a real modifier, that'll be nice to get to. They're trying to go back for the capital, but my army should be able to beat them. We're outnumbered less than 2-1 this time, so it should just be a easy win. Although we actually had kind of low morale, but it looks like, yeah, we're still winning that battle completely fine. They've already lost 2 of their fronts. Yep, very good. Oh, we need to reoccupy this. Once we get to like that 39 war score again, we can maybe take a pretty decent peace deal with that. Something like this. Or -2. I don't really want to try to occupy more forts, but I guess I should try to occupy this fort. It's going to take so long, I feel like, but we can get some ticking war score while we wait, and then maybe we'll just do a peace deal like this. Yeah, actually, I'm just going to take this peace deal, because I'm pretty sure the rest will be doable in one war. And this will give us most of the good land. Like we get this gold mine. I don't actually know if I got a good natural harbor. I mean, we got the best natural harbor on the island, seemingly. This is on a separate island, yeah, so that doesn't count. But even still, that's actually a weaker natural harbor, apparently. To me, it kind of looked like it was stronger, but I guess I'm just blind. Um, how's our exploration going for the Sunda Islands? I remember I did that one a little bit later, so... Okay, yeah, that one's 1579 is when the Sunda Islands one is going to finish. Now that I occupy something in the region, I can do, like, these huge oceans over here. Wait, I had it selected. Or no, maybe I didn't. Where's the place I'm trying to select? This, like, these giant sea zones over here in, like, China. South China Sea coastline, East China Sea coastline. We can do these ones. But not actually the one I was thinking of. The one I'm thinking of is like the Southeast Asia one, but I don't know how I'd actually find that one. Oh, here it is. Southeast Asian coasts area. Nice. My trade capacity over here is so profitable. 127 trade profit for only 17 trade capacity. That's kind of a lot. Yeah, we're making over 800 in trade income now. Maybe I should try to improve relation to something like Sunda to try to just build trade offices in them. Or I could, of course, just try to conquer them, which would be more of the Dutch way, because I do think yeah, the Dutch colonized all this stuff directly, historically. I don't know. We can probably just conquer them. Like, what's their war score cost? The other one was kind of lying. It was a little bit lower than it said. This one only says 285, so yeah, we could probably conquer this in like one war. Ideally, I'd want to become a great power for that. Or an election's about to take place. I should probably prepare for war with France. That would be good to fight France. Election in the Netherlands. Obviously, we want good admin skill. Okay. I have to actually research an artillery battalion. I should remove all this stuff from my tree. I need to actually just get a artillery battalion to use. I don't need artillery that bad, but I think it would be nice to have at least some artillery. Where are the artillery? This is the problem with this way of looking. It's like hard to see on this zoom level, and on the zoom level, it's like impossible to find anything because you're so slow. Oh, there's chambered cannon. Okay. Yeah, I unlocked artillery, so now I'm gonna start spamming up a bit of an army to use. Yeah, we wanna... Okay, that's probably a good amount of regulars, and then I can do the rest as like artillery. Artillery isn't that important, because I like assaulting most forts, but I don't know. You want to have some. I think they help out a good amount in battles. I don't know exactly how much, but they definitely help out, so it's good to have some. I think it's time to fight France. Sponsor University. Fabricate CB. Namur. Then we can declare war for Parliament to prove claims. Yeah, we don't have the way to threaten war, so we should just do this. Okay. Now I've got my 84,000 stack. I should definitely split this up a little bit. Yeah, we should really split this up into something like that. 421k stacks. And then I'm going to probably start out with, I guess I should just go for like kind of everything that's important. Quite a few forts that we need to go for in like this Flanders area and also over here. Bohemia got called in by France, so we can also take this little bit that Bohemia owns as a subject in this war. What, assaulting these forts is only costing me like 200 troops? That's kind of really low. Wow, the game does not like fighting this war. It's trying to freeze my computer to stop me from fighting the war. No, it's not, but it almost is. Select this army, go for this fort. I do need to make sure that they cannot... Oh, I need to select generals for my armies. That would probably be a good idea if I want to win the battles a little bit easier. Generals do tend to make wars a little bit easier, but we can win without a general probably. They made pro armies, I think, a little bit too strong in this patch. You'll see that our army is just going to kind of obliterate them. 16,000 casualties to 500 in this battle? What? That's not this battle, but that's a different battle. This battle is going to be a little bit less extreme, but we're still going to get some insane casualty ratios, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah, 16,000 to 4,000. That seems pretty reasonable. It doesn't, but I think that sounds reasonable. Their side has lost so many casualties. It's like 12 to 1. 25,000 casualties on my side versus basically infinity on their side. Quite the casualty ratio. They might need to buff levies a little bit, although they might have already gotten rebuffed by the time this video comes out, because 1.0.6 is like about to drop. So the thing with taking Loon is we get a pretty big coalition against us, and also that would require piecing out Bohemia separately or waiting for War Score to drop. It has dropped a little bit. It was like 105 originally after I'd occupied all the forts. Now it's 102. But pretty much we'd probably have to piece out Bohemia manually, which would be kind of hard because, yeah, we can see we only have 10% war score on Bohemia right now. So I think I'm just going to try raising my levies and then piecing out. I think that the levies will hopefully make France significantly less enthusiastic about the war. They're currently 67% war enthusiasm, but I think that that's just because they think that their army is way stronger than it actually is. And if I raise levies, I think they should understand a little bit better that, yeah, they're not quite as strong as they thought. Now they're only -1 to accepting my peace deal. So we can just wait a little bit and then they should be willing to accept. We're very, very close. We do just need to actually protect our levy army so they don't get stack wiped. Yeah, let's just move all of our levies into Amsterdam or something so they don't get wiped. Okay, French are now willing to accept peace. So I will send them the peace deal. Very nice. Oh, is that part of the territory I should be owning for the Netherlands? Apparently maybe I own part of the Rhineland. I don't know. It's fine. Now I can unraise my levies. I need to wait a little bit longer to disband all, I guess. I don't know why I'm not actually able to disband all right now. I guess some troops are locked in movement. Oh yeah, okay, now they're all disbanded. I will use the repatriate troops function. Actually, I haven't used this one before, but I think it just sends them back to your country. Now I'm gonna put a bunch of my guys on integration of all of this new territory that we've stolen from the French. East Flanders. Yeah, most of our cabinet members are not really doing anything too useful right now, so having them on integration will be much better than the useless stuff that they were on before, because I just had nothing really for them to be doing. Strengthen government is the only thing that I really care about here. Everything else sort of fine not having. Now I need to actually assign cabinet members to my cabinet again so that this goes by a little bit faster. Oh, we're trending so much towards land. That's not good. I feel like usually I end up trending towards naval, but of course in this case we're trending towards land. Because my ruler's a general. I should appoint him as an admiral instead. That'll be better. Now we'll still be trending towards land, but less badly. Might have to change my societal values towards naval. I might need to use one of my cabinet members on that. I guess I'll wait for something to integrate before I do that. We get an event that gives us a unique building. It's not amazing, but it's nice. 2% minting threshold and 10% income from minting. I guess I actually should be increasing my minting because we did get that government reform that gives a lot of minus monthly inflation as well. 1.0.6 just released, and I think that made my trade income go up by like 300 or something. Trade maintenance has basically gone away. Literally 0.0 trade maintenance. Because I guess I stacked a bunch of trade maintenance modifiers, so it's now so low. Yeah, I've got minus, what, 45, 55, 70, negative 75% trade maintenance. It's already so low, so it's actually just 0 on a lot of trades. If the trade has enough trade capacity, obviously it'll be something, but yeah, it's pretty low. 0.5 out of 142 profit. No longer too much of a factor. Trade is going to be much more profitable. Actually, it's not that much more profitable. Trade profit in Antwerp looks to be about the same, but our revenue is a lot higher, so I assume something has been fixed. Also, the change note said that food is now going to be more of a problem. I guess I'll continue trying not spending on food, and we'll just see what happens, because it said it's going to properly deplete food supplies, but yeah, I don't know what that exactly will mean. Okay, looks like it's getting 0 from the market now. Well, we'll give it a couple more months to see if that continues happening. If it does, then I'm obviously going to have to max the food slider, which will be a little bit expensive. Okay, yeah, the provinces are definitely losing food, so I have to max out food spending. Wait, why does this cost 0? Okay, maybe it was just incorrectly calculating the cost, and it's actually free, but it doesn't. But it will still give me the stuff. Or maybe it just needs a month tick to calculate the cost for real. Okay, I guess it actually is going to cost me some stuff. I guess it's based on like how much it took from the market last month, and since it was taking 0 from the market last month, it didn't decide on anything. Oh, but this month was way higher than normal because it was refilling fully, so maybe next month it'll be lower again. I'm not really sure. I guess we'll see. Nope, looks like this is the normal price now. So I was just told about this insane war goal. Minus 75% conquer cost for attacker. That's a little bit insane. I think I'm not going to release a colonial nation here just because it would make me stop being able to earn so much trade profit in these nodes. Because, yeah, I think owning the marketplaces directly means I get a lot more trade capacity, whereas in the other places I only get like a third of it. Here I get all of the trade capacity, which is quite a bit nicer. Apparently I'm the leader of the Protestant League. Okay. The wars of religion are starting in the Holy Roman Empire. Well, by the wars of religion, I think they mean the annexation of France. I'm gonna declare war on Suzhou, or Ternate, but they're a subject of Suzhou. And yeah, just get my CB, Parliament approved claims, and I can bring on my 12,000 troops, and then land the island, and then we can probably just make them peace out from there, because I think I should be strong enough to... No, they kind of think I'm weak, so they don't really want to make peace that much. Yeah, I had to fight a navy, but that's not too bad. Now I can land this fort. Oh, Oh, they beat my navy. Well, I did not expect that at all. They didn't actually kill any of my ships, but they beat my navy. That's unfortunate. Hmm. I guess I should I should grab an admiral. That would probably help out with not losing a naval battle. They have a strong enough fleet to beat me. I have to retreat as soon as I possibly can. Oh no, that battle is not good. Okay. Well, I really did not expect Suzhou to have a fleet this strong. Wow. Yeah, Suzhou has 22 heavy ships, and I only have 11 in this army. Huh. My CB against France is ready now. The CB is absolutely insane. Like, I can literally conquer all of northern France in one war with this CB. Now, I don't really think I want to do that for thumbnail reasons. It's actually insane how much we could conquer with 100 war score in this peace deal. But the thumbnail would look like this, same as the France video if I did that. So, technically we could conquer all of northern France, but we're just going to imagine that the hegemon CB isn't quite that OP. And I think our goals for this are to take like this province, and this. Since they're from non-co-belligerents, it should be a decently high amount of war score, but also not that much because it's still a minus 75% CB, meaning we effectively have a minus CB even against non-co-belligerents. And I think co-belligerenting is bugged. That's why I'm not just co-belligerenting, by the way. How's strength doing on our lowest strength unit? Still not at 100, so don't want to bring things out in that war yet. Where's my 4th army? I feel like I should have 4 armies, right? Yeah, there's my 4th army. Okay. So I want to go for the Paris. Not the Paris. I want to go for Paris because that's how we'll get the war goal. Okay, now it's November and all my ships have at least 81% strength. I think I'm good to try to ship over to the island again. We'll see if we actually succeed. Probably should have tried to dodge that battle. Now land before they attack me. How many days do we have to land? Okay, we're landed. Good. Now just assault the fort. And let's run away with our fleet before they send over their big army. Yeah, that seems good. I guess we need to occupy that fort so that we can actually have this full province for war score. I've really been carpet sieging France. You can see like all of northwestern France is occupied. They're at 44% war score, or we're at 44% war score against them. Only problem is they really don't want to make peace, because I assume they think their army is way stronger. Yeah, they're getting plus 50 war enthusiasm from military balance. This is the advantage of having levies, I guess, is that they can let you get a lot more, or they can make your enemy more willing to accept pieces. Unfortunately, I just don't have enough pops to get a reasonable amount of levies, so I'm gonna need to, like, peace out someone if I want to peace out unless I just have to like occupy basically all of France. Austria, maybe I could peace out for something. They don't really want anything from me. I can give them food access, mill access, and some money, I guess. I mean, I've got like infinite money right now, so I might as well do that, to be honest. Just get a little bit less war score and a little bit less enemies to fight. France is still at plus 50% military balance, though. Well, this is quite the strange event. It lets me get a colonial conflict CB on Portugal, which seems like the worst CB imaginable. Why would anyone ever use this CB ever? It's plus 900% conquest cost. That's a lot of conquest cost. So I'm just going to take the 5 prestige. Alright, since I have over 50% war score, I have enforced demand. So I can't occupy this because I don't have it occupied. Or I can't demand that because I don't have it occupied. This is part of this province, which is... Do they have Geller in part of the North Rhine province? I don't know. I feel like this province, this part of it is something that I should be in the Netherlands. But I also just don't know how to know. I could leave the Holy Roman Empire here. Maybe I should. Only thing is, yeah, now we can't, it's, not really, they leave the HRE, we don't really have enough war score to take everything I want. Wait, what? How are the Bohemians beating my troops so badly? How am I losing, like, 10 to 1 against the Bohemians here? Oh, this army is made up of levies? What? I accidentally got, is this one of my levy stacks? Did I accidentally... Oh, this stack is completely levies. That would explain why it's dying. Okay. Yeah, oops. I need to go for the siege of Cleef, then these two provinces. Yeah, stuff in France is certainly happening, but we really just need to occupy stuff over here. Is this 22k stack pro army? Yeah, it is. Go for this fort then. I just really need to get for Cleef. Gonna make peace with France for this stuff. I could try to go for leave Holy Roman Emperor, or leave Holy Roman Empire, but it would be kind of hard to enforce because we would need another like 30 war score, I think, to get that enforced, or we would need 28 more acceptance. Yeah, and that would be kind of difficult to get, especially because the war is getting enforced peace in like 250 days for just taking Paris, which I mean would damage France, but would not really be that helpful to us. I kind of think they need to rework the enforced peace system, because it's kind of weird that winning a war can make you get less than if you just, like, peace out early. Like, than getting the enforced peace where you just lose out on some land you could have gotten if you peace out. Like, why would the AI want to accept a peace deal there? I guess I should raise as many levies as I can, yeah. So all these guys to repatriate so they go into the country. I just won a big battle here against the Sujones. So I think I should go for a peace deal now, maybe. Oh, they really don't want to give me much. Dang. I guess we'll get an enforced peace deal in like 2 years if we can manage to hold this entire province. Yeah. The peace is about to get enforced. Or 724 days. Yeah, 725. Oh, you can force the peace to take it. I thought it meant that it was Wait, what? That makes no sense. You just can force a peace to take it after the 725 days? I thought it was just gonna make me take just this. Wait, what? It doesn't even work? What? I'm so confused. What does this mean? Maybe I have to wait for like a month ticker or something? It is weird that I have enforced demand on 0 war score, but I cannot get enforced demand on a single point of war score. That is really weird. I don't know why it's not seemingly working. I'm actually very confused about what's going on right now. Well, I'm not really sure what's going on. I reloaded the save, and now temporarily, military balance is not affecting their war enthusiasm, so I can take this peace deal. I think this is fair, because I still ended up getting less than I would have gotten if the enforce actually worked. Also, the military balance is kind of annoying. I don't know. We also have this rebellion to deal with over here. Yeah. Oh, I don't have enough troops to occupy it? I have 1 Karak left. Wow, my boats have really been destroyed. I can start trying to build up more boats again now. I do need to try to build up more army, though. Yeah, Mauritians. Can I build up any over here? Yes. No. No, I cannot. There's no armories or stuff over here. Can I accept a culture here, maybe, to build some? There's so many different cultures here. It's not just one big culture. I guess Goron Trollo is the one I'll accept. But it's going to take a while for the barracks to actually get built. Yeah. Wait, what? Can I actually not build barracks over here anyway? Or no, I'm just sorting by Antwerp Market? Okay, I can build barracks here. I can build 2 barracks. Okay. I'm going to delete most of the buildings in these provinces so that I can get the burghers to actually work in the merchant places, because the merchant places, they're not profitable enough to compete with, or they make no profit themselves, so they can't compete with these buildings for getting the jobs. So I just need to fire, or I just need to delete all the buildings so they move into the merchant quarters, and I can get a lot of trade capacity here. Yeah, just gotta delete all these buildings, and then we'll be in a much better situation. Slightly weird, but yeah, if I just delete all these buildings, we should be in a much, much better situation. Something like that. Now, see on the next month tick what our trade capacity is. Currently it's 4.47. What will it be on the next month tick? It will be... What? No way, it's still 4.47. Okay, if we look here, we're actually getting +3, +6, +3, and +5, so that should go up to being like 50 trade capacity or something, because you got to consider we have like +100 something percent trade capacity. Yeah, 42 trade capacity now available. Okay, I've got 2,400 guys that I can try and send over to this revolt, because the revolt's actually like about to get its independence, or it's like it's gonna enforce on me in like 100 days, so I gotta get here. I better take over the siege. I better take over the siege. I better take over the siege. Okay, yeah, I can, and I assault, and we win. Okay, barely got that back in time. Barely. Nice. Now I can disband levies. Food is getting really expensive, so I think I should swap out from bank ledger system, because trade maintenance isn't really important anymore again, over to agricultural cultivation. Because, yeah, food is expensive. I did actually reduce my trading time a little bit, I think, but it's not that big. I guess I'll take 5 legislative efficiency. We kind of got most of the good Age of Reformation text at this point, I think. Or no, I actually completely forgot about this branch. We need to go for, like, everything here. That'll be... Yeah, we still have, like, a billion texts to research. I forgot about... I was just looking at that mode where like it's not exactly obvious, but in this mode it's much more obvious that we still have a lot of texts to go that are important. I'm gonna relocate the Bruges market to Dunkirk so that none of my country is in the England market. Yeah, I think that makes some sense. So apparently even with the market in Dunkirk, the English market just has more market attraction than mine, and is so thus getting Calais in it. Wow. I'm gonna try and get a CB on Palembang. I'll take this one, I guess. Tax exemption. The burgers really want a tax exemption. Oh, that's for 5 years, right? So I guess that's not worth doing for request additional taxes. I think I did that a couple times thinking it was worth it for request additional taxes, but I didn't realize it was for 5 years. That makes it very much not worth it. I've got a good enough navy that I think I'm ready to actually declare the war on Palembang now. Parliament approved claim on province. I don't know why it's showing me this law thing. It's been showing me that quite a bit, but I don't know why it's doing that. Anyways, I will just go move my fleet into, like, this province, and then we can go land on this fort and start beating up Palembang. Don't really think Palembang is going to stand much of a chance. They had a big navy, but other than that, they don't really have too much they can do to compete with me, I think. Slowly landing. Yep, there we are. Assault the fort. And does my navy take attrition even if I assault the fort? I guess we can see. No, it looks to not be taking attrition, so that's good. I should auto refill garrison. I immediately got into a battle the second I moved. I probably should have assigned a general. I'm gonna retreat out of that battle, actually. We apparently were doing way more casualties than them, but I wasn't sure about that, so I'm just gonna get a general before I try to re-engage them. Yeah, I gotta wait for this general to actually apply. Oh, apparently it's gonna take him like half a year to apply. Okay, maybe I just have to Except that I'm not gonna have a general commanding this army for a little bit. I guess it's because he's like so far away. Yeah, we are like half a world away, I guess. So it makes a little bit of sense. My army's gotten a lot of damage. I'm gonna send it back to Sulawesi, I think this island is, or Celebes, so we can get some repairs on our army because it's very weakened. And then we can come back to deal with this army again. It is levies, so we don't need full recovery to beat that 13k stack, but we will still need some troops. Also, I've been making some artillery, so I can send that down and combine it so that we can siege a little bit easier, because I've just been sort of assaulting. But it's kind of expensive to assault, especially when you can't recover troops very easily. You gotta ship them all the way across the ocean first. So it'd be better if I could just siege the capital, I think. Ship my troops back across. Time to beat up this 13k stack. Yeah, we're winning like 10 to 1 or whatever, so yeah, 30 to 1 casualty ratio. Kind of a big casualty ratio, I would say. We want to occupy this fort so we can actually get the war goal. Because, yeah, we're getting a lot of minus war score right now from not occupying the war goal. We just occupy this real quick, that it will be fixed. We got +4 from our current number of artillery, so it's minus 21%. The kingdom of Suzhou is invading Palembang to try to steal my war. No! The evil kingdom of Suzhou. Suzhou is actually just the greatest colonial empire ever this game. I'm gonna peace out my war with Palembang. This is gonna get a couple people with enough antagonism to join against me in a coalition. What exactly do I want to do for the peace deal? Maybe something like this. It's a little bit too much war score. I guess I can keep them with that island. Yeah, I'll do this peace deal. It's 100 war score. Get a nice little bit of Sumatra. Now I need to ship my troops back because, yeah, there is a rebellion going on over here that I gotta crush. I can finally diplo range Hosiala. Apparently it's barely closer to go from South Sumatra than from East Madagascar, but we are within range now by like 150 diplo range. So I guess I should start diplo spending so I can get a diplomat to use on them. For my final religious aspect, I guess I'll pick up appointment of bishops. That'll give a little bit of minus proximity cost, which we don't really care about that much, but the Netherlands is going to be very high proximity, you know? Although, except for like these couple of locations which do have low proximity because it's kind of hard to get there. Well, I think that's where I'm going to end off the video. I think we did pretty good. We're the number 8 great power. We are making so much money from trade. 1.77 thousand from trade income is a lot. That's like 55% of my income or something. I don't know. I know it's over 50%. 50% would be 1,500. So it's like almost 60%, I think, right? I think 1,800 would be 60%. So very, very high percent of my income is coming from trade. Power being a merchant republic. Where's the merchant republic buff? See if we can find it. Plus 25% trade income and plus 50% trade capacity. Also minus trade maintenance used to be useful, or was useful for 1.0.5, which was part of this run, but now that 1.0.5 is gone, it's not really a super important modifier. Yeah. Of course we did some expansion over here. Conquered like half of the Celebes and maybe a third of Sumatra. Would have been nice to go into like Java and stuff, but yeah, we didn't quite have the time. So of course we colonized South Africa, a little bit in like southeast Argentina and Uruguay. Then we also got like the Caribbean and stuff. All these subjects are doing pretty good. Oh, New Leiden actually has quite a high tax base. 185? Not nothing. Did it actually manage to get any slaves, I wonder? I forgot to kind of use the slave centers, even though I researched the tech for them, but I think I kind of forgot to use them. Looks like they're still capped at like 1,000 per location, which is not very good. I guess I can show off my trade profit in various markets. We're making 1267 in Antwerp. I guess I can check out what our most profitable trade route is. Antwerp to London, we're sending chilies. Apparently that's my most profitable for trade capacity. And our highest trade capacity route is exporting books to Paris. I guess we can now... What else? What other markets will be big? Probably like Ternate. This market has a ton of pretty profitable trade routes. It had even more. It looks like now it's only doing 2 export routes of the cloves, but they're both really profitable per trade capacity. You can see 9.65 and 8.81. I don't know why it's not doing more. I think it was doing more before. You can see trade capacity 62, and our trade profit there is 238. That's almost 4 per trade capacity. And then we got decent trade profits in all of these random nodes around this area. I guess I don't have in that node because we don't have any provinces there. But here we got, yeah, over 2. Very solid throughout Southeast Asia. If we would have done more colonization, we probably could have got more. Like, especially if we got Sri Lanka. But Hosiala is in a union with Vijayanagar, which makes that really impractical. And this is how proximity and control look at the end. You can see like a lot of our coastline is hitting 100 control because the proximity there is really solid. It's only costing like 2.5 per naval tile. Probably would have been even better if we pushed more naval, but you can see our naval value is not actually that high. We're only 10 towards naval right now. It does help give more trade range over used over land. It gives more trade range used over land, but it gives less over sea. I don't actually know if that would have helped because I think our route to east, yeah, it's going through land. So I don't actually know if it's actually going through land because I've seen this lie sometimes about which way it's going. I'm pretty sure, but maybe it is actually taking that route. And so going more into naval wouldn't necessarily help because we would be making our trade range used over like going over Egypt way higher. Some concluding thoughts of this run. I really hope that they add some sort of system where places like South Africa are more useful for trade. Because you can see right now, we're not really making that much trade profit from South Africa. It's like almost useless for us to own South Africa. I think it'd be good if like owning territory like this maybe reduced trade range used, or if there was some better way to get trade capacity in minor colonies like South Africa that don't have a ton of population. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Goodbye.